Hello, everyone.
Uh-oh. I'm in the remote frame. Where's... We've lost Sam.
And then
Did you
and then you have to
accidentally
click
minimize Sam into that
I'm
tiny
invisible.
window.
Does the extra Sam mean anything?
window? Yeah, like go over to the where you see Sam on the screen.
On the screen. Oh, yes.
And like take it out of minimized mode.
Ha!
And then put...
Oh, she's in the frame now.
There we go. And then you can bring OBS back up top. You just can't Nope, you
Oh,
can't minimize it.
I gotcha. We've got it. We're figuring it out. We're good. Nope, that's not it. Hey!
Nothing was amiss.
Nothing.
I'm totally here.
So, let me start again. Welcome to Burning Bright, our Bladerunner actual play here on the Happy Jacks RPG Network. This is episode 13. Lucky number 13. Is a great way to possibly wrap up the mystery. We'll see. As I've been telling folks, you guys as players have been incredibly thorough with this second investigation. So it's taken a while that I didn't realize it could, but you have tracked down every person I think I've given a name to and questioned them thoroughly. So,
doing our job.
Yeah, I mean, you are boots on the ground figuring out a mystery, and that's awesome. But we might wrap it up tonight, depending on how things progress. We might roll into next week if it doesn't look like we've got time to give it a satisfactory ending. So we'll see. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, if you're tuning in now to watch our show for the very first time, you might not want to watch live unless you're one of those people that goes and reads the last chapter of a book before you get to the beginning. If that's you, welcome, stay, hang out. If it isn't, and you really want to see where all these characters started and where we've been, you need to go to happyjacks.org/burningbright, and you can catch up on all the previous episodes. I myself am CADave. I should say that. I use he, him pronouns. During our game here, this is not a G or PG rated kind of a game. Surprisingly, we don't use a lot of language, like foul language, as much as we end up describing scenes and situations between people that are very not okay for kids. So please don't sit your kids down to be entertained by our show. That's not the right choice. If that's the choice you're making, I won't ever know, but someday when your kid comes to a gaming convention and sees me and tells me that when they were 6 they watched my Burning Bright show, I'll be upset with you. But in this game, we like to use safety tools. We use the X card that we have here in the studio. We use Lines and Veils document that we made before we even started play. So we kind of know the stuff that we're just not going to include in our game because we're here to all have a good time and entertain ourselves first, and then you guys are the happy benefit of our being entertained. So the point is we're here to have a good time, not to hurt each other's feelings and make this a bad experience. So please, in your own RPGs, use safety tools. It literally takes moments, even if you've been playing games with people for 30 years. Everybody has something that bothers them. And sometimes they've never said it out loud. Maybe an anonymous document that they can put something on a list would help them feel better so they don't have to deal with things. Just be cool, man. And treat everybody at your table like people. Because they are people. Unless they're not. And that's creepy, and that's a whole different game.
What?
Or it's this game.
Or it's this game.
I mean, it kind of depends on your position on the whole replicant issue, really. Well, let's go around. Let's start with Sam.
Hello, I'm Sam. I'm partially invisible sometimes. Don't worry about that. It's fine. I used she, her pronouns. And I'm here to play Kestrel, who is a rookie enforcer and just literally the friendliest person on the LAPD.
Who I think has the highest body count on our team.
Probably, yes.
Hi everybody, I'm Kai. I use he, they, and she pronouns, and I am back playing the very normal, extremely fine Haru, a replicant investigator, and they use they, them pronouns.
and I am Cousteau Magee. I use he, him pronouns, playing Fjor, Rotari, veteran Cityspeaker, Replicant.
In all caps.
In all
this
caps.
moment.
I'm claiming it.
That's what this report says.
Because, yeah. The undisclosed report. Doesn't matter. It's probably all coming out now anyway. I mean, I'm probably gonna. Let's see. Hopefully, I won't kill everybody within eyesight.
I mean, you're likely past the murderous rampage chance.
I did.
Unless you choose to go on the murderous rampage. this
Maybe
point,
I choose to.
Maybe that's still your option.
Hi, I'm Joey.
I'm in peril.
I'm in danger. And in the game. No, I am playing Gavin Huxley, the Fixer, who is a secret replicant who is absolutely dealing with it by not dealing with it at all. And like I said, I'm in danger.
Not from me. Just from his own life choices.
Just from the reaction of a bunch of police seeing whatever's about to happen. So, let's talk about last episode.
Let's do it.
So we started off with. Did we start with the trip to Anemoid Row and?
Yes.
No, I'm missing something. My brain has just completely.
I went and saw Doc Badger.
Haru,
remember
no,
that.
I'm sorry. Kestrel did her brain trust with the nerds.
That's right.
Yeah.
Kestrel went and talked
IT
with
time.
the
IT time.
IT department, so you can get a promotion point for that.
Woo!
Because you figured out the next step in the chain of figuring out how people can get past elite security. Then, and you made friends with all of the IT nerds because you showed up with a novel problem and that interested them. Then Haru, you went to see Doc Badger, who let you know that somebody had come in and done some scans, but on the second visit had robbed him of his CCTV machine, essentially. Then Fjor went to headquarters, and then you were using. Well, that's towards the end of the episode.
No, we
Towards
went
the
and chatted with, what's his name? Mason.
Mason.
You guys did go talk to Mason. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's what my brain was missing. Yes.
Okay.
So you guys went and talked to the prosecutor Mason, who seems like a nice enough and honest enough person from your estimation so far, but didn't want to disclose a person that he goes and spends time with. Also, apparently a food snob, like not snob, slob.
Yeah, with the
Leaving
kitchen.
all of their containers in the kitchen and not really cooking very much.
Yeah.
But
We posted security.
yes, you did arrange for some extra security for Mason in his apartment in case he is a target of this killer on the loose. And then you guys did do some research into him. Gavin went and did the Esper Wall to search out where he goes.
Mm-hmm.
Found out he goes to like a host club kind of a place,
Mm-hmm.
but wasn't able to get inside to see what's going
Right.
on.
But I
And
did
then-
send Argent
That's
to
right.
go.
Yeah, you sent your friend
Investigate.
to go check it out. And then Fjord, what were you looking up when things went wrong?
I wasn't just looking up. I think I was trying to. What was I trying to do? I was trying to see.
You were looking at Noah's movements
Yeah.
around the earlier murders on the Esper Wall.
To see if they fit the pattern.
Right.
A pattern, an established pattern.
But that didn't go so well.
No.
And you decided to push yourself, which depleted your resolve, gave you a replicant stress breakdown. You kind of fell to the floor in apathy, and that's kind of where we ended things. You tried to call Kestrel,
Yes.
but Kestrel, we haven't decided if Kestrel picked up yet or
Nope.
not. That's where we kind of left.
Yes.
So you're in the room with the sharpshooting lazy cop at his desk across the room, and you've kind of plopped down on the floor in front of the Esper Wall, and you're kind of leaning on it, you hit the button to call Kestrel, that's where we'll pick up for tonight. Woo. So, the call goes through. Is Kestrel a person in a situation that's going to pick up the call?
I think I'm at home with Brick, so yeah, if it's one of her team members calling, she's
Okay.
gonna pick it up.
That works. So the phone connects. You can't even communicate very well.
Okay.
You're just so lethargic and so defeated. But you can kind of get the idea across. You're just not going to be eloquent about it.
Okay. So you're picking, it's Kestrel picking up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you hear it clicks on, and she's like, "You good?"
No. No,
Okay,
not good at all.
where are you?
Headquarters. Actually, I'm on the floor in headquarters. Where are you?
Not on the floor. You need me to come get you?
That would be good. No.
All right, I'm gonna stay on the line, but I'm on my way. What happened?
I'm not sure. I was trying to figure something. I don't know. Something went wrong.
Okay. Something went wrong.
Yeah.
What were you doing when something went wrong?
I was just trying to figure a pattern. I'm trying to figure out a lot of patterns, and I just can't do it.
Okay,
I just can't. Can't. And I called you. And I'm on the
All right.
floor. I'm
is
gonna
there
move.
anyone with you? She's called for a spinner, by the way, to
Okay.
to take her to headquarters.
Sure. There's someone here. Yeah. I don't want to talk. I can't talk.
Okay,
Good now.
don't worry about it. Just take a deep breath for me.
I think I forgot how to breathe.
It's in and then out.
I was joking.
So was I.
Okay. I'm glad you answered. How far are you?
Not far now. How long is it gonna take me out of character?
Like just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Because you live in
I live in
uh,
Animoid Row.
Animoid Row. Yeah, it's only by spinner. It's only a couple of minutes.
Okay.
You're not super crazy far.
We don't have to RP the entire thing, but you just kind of keep him talking
Sure.
while she's on her way, and then head straight for the Esper Wall.
I do think that before you manage to cross the city and get into the building, our sharpshooter friend that I have forgotten his name would probably be like, "Are you okay?"
I just get up on the collar and I just ignore him and walk away.
Okay. He's like, "All right, you too, buddy." And then he sits back down because he doesn't.
I
actually
can't
care
risk
that
it. I don't want to be standoffish, but I just can't risk opening my mouth right now.
So you can get to the door of the room and get outside, but
Okay.
you can't get a lot much without help from somebody. You're not getting much farther than the hallway.
Okay.
Like,
I think before I leave the door, I would just yell back to him, "Sorry," and leave.
he's probably like,
Fuck, man.
fucking detectives. Jesus. The worst.
It's like you're me.
They think they figure out all the crimes, but really it's the computer that does all their work. Meh.
Joke's on you, guy. We're computers too.
Oh.
All right.
So that's where you can find him. Kestrel is kind of leaning up against the door jamb just outside.
Okay.
And unless Gavin is specifically like, "I'm gonna go see what's going on," okay.
No.
So then you see a couple of people that pass by in the hallway, but they're not really paying much attention, right?
Okay, good.
They're not your business, Fjord. They're off doing their own thing, right? And they're not,
I'm too much in tunnel vision to notice
Yeah.
right now.
but they're not they're
say my
not slowing
feet in front of
down
me.
because even if they thought you were in a minor amount of distress, that's more work for them. Right?
Okay.
They're like, wow, this guy's hungover. Keep
Yeah,
walking.
probably kind of that's what it looks like. It's
Okay.
like, wow, that's a rough day, right? Like,
It's what time?
yeah. But
It's Miller
Kestrel, you
time,
can
so-
get there.
Okay. So I'll grab Fjor. I'll kind of sling an arm around him like we're having a chat, but she's kind of like hoisting him up to make sure he can stay upright because he doesn't look so good. And I'm gonna take him. I'm assuming I would probably know like where the least surveilled areas in the building are.
Sure.
So I'll take him somewhere where we can have a modicum of privacy to have a
Yeah.
little chat.
You can find like, like an old cubicle farm that's not really used anymore, that you can get to. So
Perfect.
there's like abandoned desks and those cheap armless office rolling chairs. So you guys can find a spot to tuck
Sweet.
in and not be readily observed.
I'm gonna put him in one of those shitty office chairs, sit him down. It's gonna be okay. Whatever's going on with you, you'll get through it, man.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's this case or what. But I can't work like I used to. I'm still not myself. I don't know. I tried to do something and I just broke.
Sometimes you break. That doesn't mean you can't be fixed.
What does that mean? How would I be fixed?
Fix yourself.
How?
Sometimes depends on what broke. Sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you need a change of pace to go somewhere else. Sometimes you need help.
I think I definitely need help. Probably need a change of pace. But I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I'm not sure if it's a broken brain or a broken life, to be honest with you. But this case is getting to me. I think.
Yeah. I think you should take a downtime. Do you have somebody close to you could talk to?
I used to, but they went missing. So I usually just muscle through.
I got somebody that I think can make you feel better.
Who?
You want to meet my roommate?
Your roommate
Let's.
is like a unicorn to me. I'm not even sure they really exist.
Well, you're gonna meet him. Listen, when I came here from off-world, I was all kinds of messed up. And I came here and I landed in Anemoid Row and I met Brick. And that was the only thing that started to turn things around for me when I moved in with him. So I don't know what's going on with you. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. You can. I'll listen. I don't care what it is.
Want to, but not fully able to.
Yeah. Once you can. Come with me. Let's go see Brick.
Grateful. Thanks.
I got you, man.
You guys can get back to the garage and get back in your spinner and get back to your abandoned warehouse space. Mechanically, go ahead, Sam, and roll
Yes.
empathy manipulation, but you'll get advantage because Brick is going to be helping you.
Yay! Thanks, Brick.
Good boy.
Best
Okay.
boy.
Empathy. Manipulation. This isn't my best skill, but we're gonna give it a try.
You can't muscle through manipulation.
Oh wait.
Feel better.
I mean, that is kind of her style.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where'd that one go? Sorry.
It's like,
Oh, how'd that happen?
I don't know. I'm having an identity crisis
Oh, because
know what?
last time we flipped people around because you took over on the board.
because I was. Mm.
That's right.
We're gonna push.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Because that wasn't great. Oh,
Okay.
Fjor, the dice don't like you.
Oh, buddy.
I'm
Wow.
sorry.
Oh boy.
I did not succeed.
Oh.
Okay.
No comfort to be had.
Stay fucked up.
Oh,
With
even the
advantage.
giant dog can't make you feel better. That's so
Oh, I'm
sad.
inconsolable.
Join Haru and just become
So-
an alcohol.
Could you fluff up a nice a bag of garbage for me? I'm gonna.
So here's what's gonna happen.
Oh boy.
You're after spending a shift here with Brick, chilling, you'll be back to 0.
Okay.
So you'll not be broken down anymore, but you're not gonna have any resolve points back.
Okay.
Oof.
Oof.
And then what's your maximum resolve?
3.
Okay, make it 2 now.
Oh, no.
Rough, buddy.
Yeah. Oof. This year was called Hard Times. No digits,
Yeah.
just hard times.
And as horrible as
Oh boy. All right.
okay. So that'll tie you guys up for this shift. Just chilling and relaxing and getting back to stability.
Okay.
And then for Kestrel, it's kind of like being like a trip guide, right? Like,
Yeah.
like you're the person that's making sure that he's going to come down from this trip and be okay, and not go wander out into the desert and be lost forever.
In this case, the
the
streets
kibble.
of Los Angeles, which
Right.
are
Same
terrifying.
thing.
Same thing.
So then I guess let's move to Haru. What's Haru doing?
Oh, new shift. Who dis? I think after a lovely art display time with their girlfriend, with the crime scene information, when they are like done and getting ready to like come back to probably the precinct, they just shoot everybody a message like, "What's the plan?"
Looking at my notes, I feel we've basically narrowed it down to either Mason or what's his face?
Noah.
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 I was almost calling him Nate. I can know that's wrong.
I would shoot you a message. I'm kind of tied up with something right now, but I was gonna check out this, the eyeball guy down in Anemoid Row.
Oh.
Makes the implants.
Choose.
Yeah.
The IT guy thinks it's a biohacking is how they're getting in, so that would be
A
the person
source
to go
of
to.
mine also seems to think that.
It may be worth it at this point. Did you share the idea that your source would possibly be able to identify the person if we brought them in the lineup?
Oh, Badger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Okay.
that happened. That I had someone that could possibly ID them.
May not be a bad idea to call them both in with a couple others and see if we can get an identification.
I could just bring him some pictures.
Sure. I mean, if you want to go the easy route.
All right, I'll see you all later. I'm going off grid. You go see Doc Badger.
Okay. What's Gavin?
I'm kind of we're just waiting to hear back from Argent about what they found at the host club. So in the meantime, I'm going to take a downtime, and I want to go to the gym in the LAPD and start seeing what this body can do.
Yeah.
So I want to
Nice.
spend, what was it? I think we looked it up last game. I think it was 5 humanity points to upgrade from a D to a C.
Yes.
Okay.
Or is it 10?
D to C is 5.
Oh, it's 5. Yeah.
5. And I'm going to up my force from a D to a C. And just really lay into a punching bag and like really let go and let out some of that aggression and some of that.
And you like surprise yourself a little bit, right? As you get into it, you start working out a little bit, and then you're like, "This is very not challenging." And then you try, you end up putting some more weight on. You end up punching harder. The heavy bag is now swinging like 30 degrees compared to before, so you are pretty pleased.
Cool. Yeah, he's gonna flex a little bit and start subconsciously owning, like, I can use this to my advantage.
Sure.
No one has to know.
Except for everyone in the gym.
Shh.
Well, no, they just see somebody coming in and working out. Chances of you. Well, you know what? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Roll a d6.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord.
I'm getting you in trouble.
That's a 6.
Okay. Is there anybody there that you know?
I mean, there might be someone there that I know, but no one.
Like, you don't have somebody that has traditionally like hung out in the gym or been there at the same time and spotted you. Anything like that
I
before?
mean, probably not, because I feel like mostly when Gavin's worked out, it's in more like for aesthetic working out than less strength training working out.
Sure. Okay.
And I'm sure he belongs to some kind of private gym for that nonsense.
Disgusting.
Oh yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah, the
Um,
LAPD headquarters doesn't have a sauna and a steam room.
right.
Yeah. It's
The locker rooms are just locker rooms here.
That's why even have one?
They're not even carpeted.
Ugh. Ugh.
Ugh.
Actually, what would be worse is if they were carpeted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he said, was they were carpeted. No?
No.
Ugh.
I'm saying the private gym absolutely is carpeted.
Oh yeah, like
But like
Plush
it is
and nice.
pristine.
not
Oh,
like
yeah.
the
Like
polyester, maybe just felted
Yeah.
squares that
Yeah.
has so
The
much
shag.
body oil in it.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah,
I've
so
been to
there
too
might
many
be
gross
someone
gyms.
there who like I might like see and like the head nod,
sure.
but like no one I know no.
Okay. That's cool. If you hadn't gotten a success, there might have been somebody there to be like, "Hey, man," that kind of thing. Depending on how far down the chain you got. Like
Oh,
the
sure.
one, it's like, "Oh no, there's a guy that helps you bench every week," and suddenly you're doing like 40% more weight, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Steroids,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
We had this big steroid bust, and I helped myself.
What? Are you gonna arrest me for that?
Just Gavin standing over a whole table, those little vials, just going
Shots.
like 5-hour energy drinks. All right. Cool. So that's handled.
Doc
Let's get to
Badger.
Doc Badgers. You get back there.
Yeah, I take the sneakiest non-spinner route possible.
Okay.
And just
Um,
straight wrap my way
like,
over
are
there.
you specifically trying to be sneaky, like you don't want to appear on Esper footage? Or are you trying to be sneaky, like you're just trying to blend
No,
in?
just
with
trying to not look like a cop. Doing the normal Haru thing of like, maybe a cop, maybe not.
You can totally do that. That's not a problem. So you get there. Pardon me, I've lost the thread on what the time of day is.
This is the first
Morning.
shift of the day.
Mhm.
Oh, so it's first thing in the morning. Okay. I don't think Doc Badger's in.
Okay,
He's got somebody else behind the counter,
sure.
but he himself is not,
Okay.
because he tends to work the night.
The night shift, yeah. Okay. Then I don't even think, I think Haru just like looks in, sees that it's not Doc Badger, and just leaves like
Okay.
a creeper.
Now, I will say that you can use police resources to see like where his registered address is.
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, we're gonna be dumb. Let's go. I think Haru's actually gonna like. Just like passively look into like, without digging too deep in a like would flag some interest way of seeing if maybe they can figure out where they could find Doc.
Okay. Why don't you do? I'll let you choose. Empathy, insight, or intelligence connections.
Where's my connections? I'll do empathy insight.
Okay.
Hey, one success, thank God, because the other one was a failure.
It takes you a little while, but you end up like almost looking him up like you're issuing like a moving violation, right? Like you're writing a ticket.
Yeah.
But you never go so far as to log the ticket.
Yeah.
Right? Like you've looked up a driver that you've stopped and you're issuing a warning kind of a situation.
Yeah.
You find that he's got an apartment in a decent tower. Like it's not bad. And it's not super far away. It's far enough that like a smart person, like you assume he is, could lose somebody trying to follow him
point
between
A
here and
point
there,
B.
but
that makes sense.
it's not, across the city. So you can easily get there the shift still.
Yeah, they just are like on the beat, going straight there.
You get to the building. It doesn't have a live, doorman security person. But it does have like one of those resident lists.
Call box.
And the call box kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So you can call up if you want.
Yeah, I think that they don't call Doc and they call like someone on a
You just hit
random
a bunch
floor.
of other numbers. Yeah, okay.
And they just say delivery.
Having lived in that very situation, somebody lets you in.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Right?
Of course.
They just keep doing it until someone lets them in. So
and you get into the building. You can get all the way to Doc's door.
yeah, and
Sure.
they just knock on the door.
Okay. A voice comes from behind the door after a couple seconds, like, "What can I do for you?" But the door does not open.
Yeah, that makes sense. We talked the other day, and I have some clarifying questions, if you don't mind.
Roll an intelligence observation.
Yeah, one success.
You hear like the dilation of a lens.
Mm-hmm.
And you spot a very, very small camera mounted up at the top edge of the door. That then directly behind you, a door opens. And Doc Badger's like waves. Like he doesn't say a word, he just kind of waves.
Yeah, and Haru, getting the gist, just kind of like vanishes in that direction.
And you step in, and his apartment's perfectly normal and nice. The door has one of those like spinning like extendo security bars in the middle. That he closes the door and spins locked. Before he kind of steps back to you, and you can see there's like you walk in and you immediately see the little kitchen area in his apartment, and at the counter there's a couple of chairs. And you can see that he's sitting there, and he's got the couple of Game Boy Colors connected by the
Yeah.
and they're like rigged up because nobody makes AA batteries anymore.
Nope.
They're rigged up with like a
Big.
weird bit of electronics hanging out the back to power them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Um,
And he's like, what's going on?
Haru is pulling up on their KIA pictures of Noah and Mason.
Okay. Which
Just-
one are you showing first?
I'm gonna go with Noah.
Okay.
Does he look familiar?
And he kind of looks at the picture. And he kind of really looks at the picture. He goes, kinda? He definitely looks like the dude that I was talking about. He just seems different.
Different how?
Like, this guy seems fairly put together.
Sure.
The guy that came into my shop wasn't. He was more disheveled. He was more like his facial expression was different. And I know that sounds stupid, but it felt like a different person.
Well, I could do that.
He's like, no, I'm not explaining myself well. It's almost like this guy's evil twin.
Huh.
Like, could be this guy. Maybe he cleans up real nice. Maybe he looks calm. But yeah.
Huh. Mason looks nothing like Noah, right?
No.
Okay. I was like, I don't see that having.
Mason is specifically very, like, chiseled jaw.
Yeah, like-
I'm an important prosecutor, man.
Yeah.
Like, I was made for the newsreel.
This guy.
Yeah.
Just give me full Dylan McDermott the practice.
Ooh. Hey.
More like young Gregory Peck.
Oh.
Okay.
God.
Like Ethan Peck? Mm.
Oh yeah. We're gonna need to stop.
Yeah. This is
Maybe
a coat.
Maybe like really clean cut Ethan Peck
Oh. Okay.
without the stupid
Fuck
Vulcan
yeah.
hair.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
I know you said it's junk, but and Haru pulls out the last of that tech and puts it on the counter next to the Game Boys
oh
on the house.
well. Like I said, if you catch the guy that took from me, that's all the payment I need. Like,
I'm just as a thank you for an answer.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled. If you see him, you got my info.
for sure.
He's very dangerous. Taking your stuff is the last thing I would worry about.
Oh. So you think this is the guy that did those wacky
Yeah.
murders? Oh. Okay.
So just be even more careful.
I'll make sure. He's not getting back in my shop.
Good.
If he does show up at my shop again, I don't know how much will be left for me to give back to you.
That's fine.
But I'll call.
Take video.
Sure.
And on their way out already, Haru is messaging everybody, we need eyes on Noah. And we need information if he had a batchmate.
Okay. Cool. You can get that done. No problem. You guys all will get that message. That's fine. Is there anything else that you want to get done this shift? It's gonna take at least a shift for.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was just it. Just
Yeah.
the workout was the main thing.
Sure. Okay. Cool. So let's move into the second shift of the day. And now you're back to 0. So you're
Okay.
cool. If you push again, though, you
Back to
face
0.
No,
Or
you
beyond
you-
0.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
face a
okay.
breakdown
Okay.
until you get a chance to
Sure,
fully actually rest.
full resolve.
Yeah, to get resolve back. Okay. So, where do you think?
Well, with that information, and since I'm still at the precinct,
Mhm.
I'm gonna get dressed and go probably back to the Esper wall and
Okay.
start trying to find where Noah is. See what information I can pull up about his batchmate, if there is one.
Okay.
All that fun
I think
stuff.
somewhere in there also Haru says something very snarky along the lines of maybe you should talk to your friend Quell.
Oh.
And Quell is in quotation marks.
So, I'll tell you right now, the Esper Wall can help you try and locate Noah.
Right.
It's not going to have a lot of information about the
Batchmate.
manufacturing
Yeah.
process or any of that from Wallace. Like, that's a whole different thing that will require contact to Wallace.
Okay. I'll put in that request then to set up a meeting.
Okay.
I'll meet for the following
Okay.
shift.
You
But
can
in the
go
meantime,
over-
I'll hit the Esper wall since I'm here.
So you get to the Esper Wall. Go ahead and roll intelligence tech to see how well you can
Always goes so
Esper Wall it.
Intelligence tech. Intelligence is a D8.
Who knew using a computer could be so hazardous?
Tech is a D6.
I think when you come in though, the guy behind the desk is like, any pastries, anything today? Nothing.
You know, once I catch the serial killer, it's the first thing on my list.
I'll be another serial killer. Come on, go get some donuts or some shit.
It's not wrong.
Yeeks.
Oh
Go
no.
ahead and
Oh. Oh. Oh no.
Oh.
Let's go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Well,
You know what? Oh, did I get any resolve back from my downtime?
downtime? Did we have downtime?
I
You
just
just
took
did.
downtime.
You
you
did.
just took downtime. Oh, okay.
I'll give you 1 point.
Okay, then I will
'Cause you
use
were
that 1
actively
point.
like working.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will use that 1 point to do a reroll.
All right.
Jesus.
Let's see if the dice want
You
to
all
change their
stress
mind.
me out.
Nope. Nope. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
I'm going to send because we have Noah's contact information.
You do.
So I will send a message to Noah, tell him if we can meet, sometime soon to get follow-up questions regarding the case
Sure.
and see if we can get a ping on that, maybe get a location on them.
Okay. First off, your Esper Wall use, you were able to like see Noah leaving work,
Mm-hmm.
but then he just boards transit and you lose him, right? And you repeated that like for a while,
Oh, buddy.
right? Like everywhere he'd come out, he'd walk a block to the nearest station, he gets on a train, he gets on a bus, whatever, and just evaporates into the crowd, right? Because he's kind of an average guy, right? He doesn't stand out very much.
Mm-hmm.
So you are unable to find a new camera angle where he's getting off the train or what's going on. But you see him at various times of the day. Some that are obviously commutes to and from work, but some to other times where he's just going out like an average person would.
Yeah.
But he just is like a crowd ghost, right? When he gets to a collection of people, he just disappears, as far as you're concerned.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't look like he's being super. Yeah, he's not actively like dodging behind lampposts and being crazy. He just seems to kind of blend into the crowd and go away.
And there doesn't seem. You're not going to answer this question because I failed the roll anyway. But I'm going to ask anyway.
Sure.
Every time he's walking, the few chances that you catch him, same normal gait, no change in
Yes.
posture.
Yeah, you haven't seen anything but
Normal.
again, kind of fictional character wise, like Niles Crane going to and from work. Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
He's not walking like he's ready to rip a person
He
apart.
walks like a sim.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So he seems completely normal whenever you've managed to track him.
Okay.
You can send the message to him. I'll even let you make another roll, but you're not going to get results on like his location immediately, because that's some paperwork.
Sure.
But you can send the message,
Okay.
and he'll reply like, certainly, where would be a good place to meet? I'm pretty busy, so getting all the way down to police headquarters would be hard, but
Is he
Um,
murdering people?
it's a fulfilling hobby, okay?
The precinct would be best, though. We'd appreciate if you make it down to the precinct. There's just some information, some things we want you to see that we can't really bring out into public.
Well, all right. And he'll reply back like, I could probably make it down there if somebody could come give me a ride, like, on my lunch break.
Oh yeah, we can send a spinner.
Sure,
Great.
sure, that's fine. And then you know where he works.
Right.
So that's fine. That can be arranged for next shift.
Okay. So yeah, I will send a message to the team.
Okay.
Noah's incoming. Should be here around lunch. Sending spinner for him. Backup appreciated.
Where
Okay.
do you need backup? The headquarters or
Yeah.
to accompany Noah?
It's at the headquarters so that when we question him and confront him, it's not just me.
Do you know where he's leaving from?
Work.
Upon hearing that, I have no other motivation except the residue of what I was trying to do associated with Noah. So I will just catatonically, as if there was a string connected to the top of my head, just lift up, put
Terrifying.
one foot in front of the other.
Oh, buddy.
Yes.
Oh man. Yeah.
You're gonna go full Roy on LAPD official headquarters.
Yep.
God
Head
damn it,
top of the
Kai.
wall.
1, 2, looking for you. I will get in the spinner and head to Noah.
Okay.
Stake out.
Okay.
I'll message you guys. I will stake him out
hmm
and accompany him.
Sounds good.
From a distance.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Kestrel tells you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
No problem.
And she'll send a message back that she'll be there for the meeting. I'm gonna still go and visit the eyeball guy.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys will have this shift
Yeah.
like to get stuff done. That's fine. But
Okay.
so that's cool. Okay. Well, I guess let's do the visit to Hannibal Chew's Eyeball Emporium.
Excellent.
More.
Mm.
Like
More.
that's literally the sign outside.
Terrifying.
Straight and to the point.
So you can get there, Kestrel, no problem.
Okay.
And it's actually a much more secure looking building than you were expecting. Right? When you get there, it looks like it was a building that once had a normal door and normal windows, but the windows are covered up with like almost like armored hatches that looks like they could open, but certainly not without a lot of force from the outside. And the door itself is like if you've ever seen those pictures of the big vault doors at NORAD
Oh, yeah, yeah.
that
Mhm.
pivot on one corner
Yeah.
but are very heavy and very large.
Like 90 degrees of door.
Yeah, yeah. It has to rotate a full like 60 degrees before you get access to the building. and it is all closed up, but there is like a blinking neon, like, we're open, please press the button for the intercom. Kind of situation.
Okay.
Press this
Uh,
button.
And you are immediately greeted with a woman's voice that sounds very happy that you're there. Like, hi, what can we do for you today?
I have some questions about your products.
Well, all right. What products in particular are you looking for help with?
Eyeballs, hands, that sort of thing.
Oh, very good, very good. I'm about to open the door. Please take a step back. Once you come inside, you can go to the room marked number 3, and I'll have
Room
someone
number
in there to
3.
help you any second.
Excellent.
Thank you. And you hear like a heavy grinding gear that's just going, and the door slowly, like, you hear those retracting piston bolts come unlocked, and the door opens. You go inside, and the inside is clean and fairly bright. Compared to a lot of the other Blade Runner buildings, the inside of this one looks like the nice parts of the Nostromo from Alien,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like the actual like
Mhm.
paneled and well lit parts before they're like, let's chase the dark monster
Yeah.
into the darkness and get eaten.
Yeah.
When they're like,
Good
cool, we're
plan.
gonna hang out in the crew lounge where everything's white and bright and lit and
Yeah.
nice, where that monster would really stand out. It looks like that. It is, the walls are clean, the floors are clean. It is fairly nice. And you see that there's various rooms, and the one that's marked 3 has the door slid open. It is a much less
Great.
heavy door, but it's still a secure looking door. And you come in, and once you're inside the room, you hear the hall vault door closing again, and the door behind you slides shut. There is like a red emergency exit button next to the door that you
Great.
could hit if you felt threatened, I guess. And then across from you, there is, it looks like a fairly reasonable desk. There's a chair behind the desk, and there's a chair for you to sit in. But halfway through the desk, there is a fairly thick looking piece of like plexi that covers the whole room from wall to wall.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
nice.
And there is a
Okay.
box in which it's one of those double doored boxes, like if you've ever gone to a fast food place in a bad neighborhood, where you
They
go up and
slide the box
they
back
put
and
they
forth.
put your food into the thing and close the door, and then you can open your side and take out your food. So it that's the setup. But again, everything's clean. There's a nice
Okay.
there's a pair of chairs on your side that you can sit in, and they look perfectly clean and comfortable. And then on the other side, in walks a woman that's wearing like the poofy down jacket, right?
Mhm.
It looks like it's made out of like nylon ripstop, kind of that
Mhm.
texture. And she immediately like takes off the big coat, and she's wearing what looks like a white lab coat, looks like a person that would work in a science lab. And she kind of comes over and sits down at the desk. And you'd have a hard time placing her like ethnic background. She's one of those people that could be possibly Hispanic, could be possibly mix of who knows what. Almost like those where you see those this is what a person might look like in 300 years, like based on
Mhm.
current
Mhm.
ethnographic trends. Almost like one of those people.
Of the
Okay.
city.
What's that?
Of the city.
Yeah, absolutely. And she looks very cheerful and gives you a big smile and gestures to the chair for you to sit down. And she speaks, and her voice comes through a speaker on your side. It's not
Okay.
like one of those gooseneck crappy speakers like at a bank. It's like she's just talking on her side, and speakers in the ceiling are giving you her voice. And she's like, well, "No, you're interested in eyes? Your eyes seem fine to me from here, but we can see about doing upgrades if that's what you're here for. Or your hands also seem fine. Those are a little more complicated, but we can see about doing replacement work as needed. Anything like that? What exactly are you looking for, ma'am?
It's not mine that I'm looking for.
Oh,
I understand that if I were in need of those items, this is the place that I would come to. Um, what I really need is some information. I'm with the LAPD.
oh, I see. Well, we're happy to help out with the police for any inquiries they might have.
But
So
much
what
appreciated.
questions do you have? I can.
I'm working on a case that may involve some biohacking,
I see. All right.
and there's a chance that the perpetrator may have come in here, and I wanted to show you a photo and see if you've seen this person before.
Oh, certainly. I can take a look. I can share it with the rest of my staff if they perhaps helped someone.
That would be
Um,
much appreciated.
So, I'm sure you can like raise your KIA and flick the photo over to her.
Yeah.
That's fine. And what photos are you showing?
I'm gonna show her a photo of Noah.
Okay. Anybody else? Just to be super clear.
Um, for funsies, let's show her Mason.
Okay.
And the our guy in the trench coat.
Okay, but you don't have like a face photo of the trench coat.
There's not a face photo
Okay.
of that,
Back.
Okay.
but just in case she recognizes the outfit.
Sure. So she takes a look at, excuse me, at all three photos. And she immediately is like, well, I've never seen anybody come in here that's dressed like an old century spy. So I don't know if I can help you with that one.
Great.
And she points towards the photo of Mason, and she's like, I've absolutely helped him before.
Okay.
He came in and paid for some work to be done for someone else. I'm not really at liberty to disclose what was paid for, but
Oh, this is that other
you know,
person.
he comes in. He came in, not recently, I'd say, but he has been here before. I've done some work for him.
Okay.
And
I'm not gonna ask you to tell me what the work was, but can you tell me the dates he was here?
I'd have to check.
Okay.
But it was months ago.
I see.
And she'll take a minute and look through her records and find the dates. They don't line up to any of the particular killing dates that you're aware of.
Okay.
But it was a while back.
Got it.
And she's like, I'm happy to provide some more information, but I need to cover our bases, and you have to have a warrant for me to release any more information about.
Of course.
That.
If I find that the information seems relevant, I'll come back with the paperwork.
Certainly.
Um,
And then
have you seen-
the last photograph, she says he has absolutely been in here. But we didn't help him.
Oh.
He came in and asked about some work that we don't do here anymore.
What sort of work was he looking for?
He wanted us to grow some new parts that weren't necessarily his, and he didn't have the paperwork to show that he was here to pay for somebody else. We have to have consent forms and all that kind of thing. But we're not
I
that kind of
understand.
establishment. We're very upfront about the work we do here, and we strive to be as straightforward and up as possible. It's kind of our company motto.
Excellent. I appreciate your security that you have here. It seems very well done.
Yeah, there was an incident years and years ago.
Sure was.
We try to make sure that all of our staff remain safe and that we stay well within the confines of both the law and ethics with what we can do here.
Excellent.
But yes, I personally did no work for this last person, but there are other shops out there that are a little less scrupulous than we are.
I see.
Or a lot less scrupulous than we are.
I would assume so. Can you tell me about when he came in?
Sure. And she gives you a date that lines up with like the week prior to the judge's death.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
But that's the only time he came in.
okay. You wouldn't happen to know the names of some of these other less reputable establishments, would you?
I mean, there are any number of them. If you looking for fast and dirty work, you can find people that are working out of the side of a welded storage container behind a building. I wish that I had a better answer for you than that, but people are willing to skirt around a lot of safety and legal and ethical issues if it means cheap, fast work.
That they are. No worries. This has been very helpful. I appreciate your time.
Well, absolutely. And like I said, if you're ever looking for an upgrade or anything, we've got plenty of expertise working on your line.
Good to
So
know.
we're happy to help.
Much appreciated. I will keep that in mind for the future.
Certainly. And she said that in a completely neutral way. It was not like a judgmental, like, oh, a replicant. It was like, no, we're happy to help.
Nice.
Kind of a situation.
Okay.
And she's like, if you have any other questions, feel free to call. Or like I said, if you need more information about that other client, we'll just need the correct paperwork and such.
Understandable. All right. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I think I've got what I need.
Well, very good. Have a wonderful day. And
You as
she
well.
steps out and puts on her poofy coat and steps out of her half of the room. And then the door behind you slides open, and you see like a little dotted light under the floor that guides you back towards the exit. And then on this side, there's like the dotted light comes to a spot where it makes a barrier on the floor, like, don't step over this line yet. And then the big door starts to open.
Oh.
And then lets you out of the building.
Mildly jealous of their over the topic security here. Wants to live in there. Okay, great. Well, I'm gonna send that information to the team that Noah came in for unscrupulous body part generation, and they wouldn't help
Yep.
him. So pretty sure he's our guy.
Our biohacker.
Mm-hmm. As part of this shift, can I try to fast track a search warrant for Noah's apartment or domicile or wherever he's living?
Yes. It'll cost you a promotion point.
Done. I got plenty.
Okay,
Come at me,
kiss
bro.
ass.
As we do.
So you can absolutely call the deputy chief and be like, we think we've got a guy. I need to get the paperwork so I can go check his stuff out. And the deputy chief is like, yep. Stamp. Here you go.
Sick.
Immediately, like, he holds up the thing to his camera on his computer and then sets it back down, and a little auto pen comes out of his desk and signs a judge's name, and he hands it to you.
Wow.
Like,
Nice.
Awesome.
So yeah, you can totally do that.
I have some memory questions before I have a full plan of what I'm doing for this shift. We got Noah's manufacture date and information really early on in this case,
Yep.
right? So we know how old he is theoretically,
Correct.
right?
Mhm.
So he's how old is he?
He's not the oldest of the Nexus Nines, but he's not young.
Yeah.
Like he's been out there in the world a while.
Yeah.
Probably in that, he was probably month 3-ish.
Okay.
And then month 4 and like end of month 4 and 5 is when he went back for readjustment.
Getting tweaked.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was a little while ago now.
Yes. Now it's been like a year.
Yeah. And then who did Belsley hire first, Olivia or Noah?
It was. I don't want to say it, but
Did we answer that before?
I thought Noah was new.
Well, Noah's attached to the job.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Like she didn't actively hire him in specific,
Yeah.
but he was
just kind of
assigned.
stepped in.
Yeah.
More of like how
later.
long did was Olivia working for Belsley before?
That's what I
Probably.
thought.
That was my guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's gonna work. All right, then Haru was gonna go towards Noah.
Okay.
Do something probably not smart, but
Well, I can send you a copy of the search warrant if you want to go search his apartment.
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I want to go touch his stuff.
Oh, anyway.
I want to go touch his stuff.
Whoosh.
I think Haru was en route to the courthouse, and then was like, "Oh, just kidding."
Yeah, you can absolutely change course.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Fjor, get to the courthouse
Okay.
facility. Where would you want to post up? Like, is your plan to like go in the building and then
I'm
like,
just gonna
follow him
stake out
or-
like he's wherever theoretically the spinner that was requested by Gavin would pull up to pick him up.
Sure.
If I could, I'd actually like to kind of case the office just to see like where he is and just follow him like from the moment he leaves the office, because he probably won't go to the spinner, just to see where he goes from a distance.
Sure.
And he said he was leaving right away, right?
No, he said he was going to get lunch.
He's gonna.
Yeah.
He was able to get away at lunch.
Which
Like we
is
said
going to
it's
happen like
Right.
at the end of this shift. So you can spend this time to get yourself all set up or gather any info you want. If you want to like verify that he's in the office,
Yeah.
go
And-
ahead. We'll do a roll to see how well you can do that without being noticed, because I assume that's the goal, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So intelligence observation,
Okay. Hmm.
and that's how easily you can get into the secure building and get
Okay.
somewhere where you can lay eyes on him but not have him see you.
Okay. Hi guys. Nope.
But you also get your
Observation.
yeah.
Nope.
Oh God, you scare me.
I know.
I'll let you choose. Well, I mean, like how you didn't get ones, right?
No.
Okay.
No, I got it. Not good.
Okay.
I got a 5 and a 2.
So you can choose whether you don't get to lay eyes on him at all,
Okay.
or you do lay eyes on him, but he notices you. Not like
Suggestions?
he just stands there like Invasion of the Body Snatchers and
I know.
points, but like you were trying to kind of walk past the door and glance in or something, and he just happened to be looking that direction and is like, that moment of eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you want a suggestion that's going to be more beneficial to us, or the suggestion that's going to make a more interesting story?
I know. I want the spicy one.
The spicy one would be he sees you.
I know. It's so delicious.
But
Listen,
it's entirely up to you.
no judgment.
Dave. Okay, can I?
I mean,
can
you want me to roll a die? I can roll a die.
No, I don't know. Thank you for offering, but not yet. Oh, so this is a question, and I promise I'm not stalling. I'm not stalling.
No, it's fine.
How,
I'm not stalling. He said stalling. Go
how
on.
quickly? Stop. Help me out. How quickly could I get a K9 unit from dispatch to this location?
You could absolutely make that happen before he would leave for lunch.
I'll let him see me.
Okay. But it's going to take at least a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So like,
Because you put out an APB.
No one put out an APB.
Or no one put out an APB.
No.
We're trying
No.
to get him
Subtly.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
come
Yeah,
into the office.
You
There's a
just
question for you,
communicate.
and then I get to
Yeah, and the
be
question.
bad cop, and handcuff him to a table, and
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm touching his stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
okay. So we'll just stick with that original setup. You walk past the office. You weren't even intending to like go in or look in.
No,
but
absolutely not.
just by random bad luck, he happened to be standing at the counter because he just finished talking to somebody. And as he's turning to go back to his desk, you brush past the door, and you have that momentary, just second of eye contact, right? Enough for him, like, that he saw you. And he recognized who you work for and all of that. But he doesn't immediately come leaping over the counter and try and murder you or in the hallway or anything. That's all. That's the whole interaction. And you're able to post yourself up wherever you want on the grounds. If you want to, like, conceal yourself, we should do a roll.
I'll conceal myself.
Okay. So agility stealth.
Okay, Dice. We're going to have a talk right now. Actually, I need you to blow on these
Yeah.
dice.
Give me
No.
your.
I'll give you a choice. You can do agility stealth or intelligence stealth.
No, we need agility stealth.
Okay.
And we need
I mean,
we,
he's decent.
we need Joey to blow on these dice. Thank you, Joey.
Agility
Because whatever's
stealth.
going on here needs to stop. Oh my god!
Same roll as
Same roll!
Wow.
Hey, Cousteau, we gotta reboot you, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Can the dice take our line test? Baseline test?
The dice
Yeah,
are
we
the
need a
baseline.
No. How dare you?
All right.
Your first memory is in a plastic mold.
You
You see a D4
Yep.
next to an insect sack.
You're walking
Outside,
through your
100
living
spiders
room at
come out.
night, and you step on a very sharp
Yeah.
knife. How do you
Traumatic core
react?
memory.
They're anemoid dice. They feel something.
You're sure that dice is dead.
Jeez.
What do you do?
These are Phyrexian dice.
Okay, so you get out, so you have a good view of the exit in which he would come out to get in the spinner. But you're standing behind some shrubbery in a way that you can keep an eye out, but you're partially concealed. When it comes down to it, though, you're not going to have any cover. And if he's being observant, he'll probably clock you. But you think you're fine. You're in a good spot. You're close enough that you could run in if there's something bad happening, but you're far enough away that you're not immediately at risk. Yeah.
So far, and what I have on me is just my pistol,
Sure.
my 358.
No reason.
It's fine.
Yeah, I was not assuming that you were there with, like, Kestrel's armory.
Yeah, no.
We left the big gun with the dog.
Like, that would be
Yeah.
a little weird.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
you're also in a position where you can be there when the canine unit arrives. So they'll get here shortly before the time he would come out.
I will just be casing, looking for any possible exits he can make. And I will look for something heavy and blunt that I could possibly throw. Preferably something lengthy. If not, anything resembling a paperweight, any heavy piece of tech I could grab off the wall.
Well, if you want to spend the time before the canine unit gets here looking for
Discreetly.
some kind of a heavy thing, you can totally find. It's like a kind of like the computer unit from Deckard's apartment in the first movie, right?
Okay.
Pushed into the corner of like a hallway end. Like they've upgraded since. This is just obsolete tech.
Okay.
But you've got this, CPU unit that you could huck at somebody.
Could I toss it 30 feet or roughly?
I mean, that would take like a strength roll.
Okay. If there's nothing lighter, then I'll focus on that.
I mean, it's not crazy heavy.
Okay.
No matter what, if you try and throw something 30 feet with accuracy to hurt somebody, you're going to be a roll.
It's going to have some. It's going to acquire some mass.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. That's fine. But I am radioing dispatch to send a kind of a canine unit on this way and wait for the orders.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. So, let's do. What's Gavin doing this shift? Oh,
Yeah,
He did the Esper wall and the.
that's still the
and
same
the
shift.
warrant.
Yeah.
Oh, golly.
Yeah,
Okay,
That's why I was like,
blah, blah.
it's me now. Warrant.
Yes. You have the warrant. You can arrive at.
I
Noah's
zip over in much more official ways than I went to Badgers. I'm in a spinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get there. You're able to show your badge, and like linked to your badge because you have this digital warrant. The building immediately lets you in.
Yeah.
You're there in the most official capacity you can be. The elevator takes you right up to his floor, and you get there, and you present your badge to the door, and the door opens. And the inside of the apartment is a mess. It is kind of like a hoarder
hmm
with rage issues
Okay.
lives
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
So there's stuff that has been stacked and piled and restacked and repiled. And then there's other stuff that looks like it was in a pile that has just been
Yeah.
mauled down like a bear.
I've been in this house. Go on.
Yeah. And there's stuff all over the place, right? It looks a little bit like that apartment from Seven,
Oh,
I
God.
was thinking that exactly.
All right,
I was like,
yes.
we're going
right?
to-
Where
Yes.
there is
Venture.
stuff everywhere,
Cool.
and it's gonna take a full
while.
forensic team
Yeah.
a month
Yeah.
to go through everything, right?
Cool.
Because there are tons of plastifilm printouts of stuff scattered all over the place. There's books on every topic you can think of that are there.
He's cool and normal. I understand.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
normal.
Like, stuff about like insect flight patterns pre-apocalypse. And then there's another book that's like, current change, like this year's changes to the legal system code.
Sure, yeah.
And then there's another book about like collecting Hot Wheel toys from the pre-time, and just everything you can think of. There's just stuff everywhere. The apartment, even though it's a mess, it's not stinky, and it doesn't feel dirty.
Oh.
It's just there's so much shit in here
Mhm.
that has, like I
Yeah.
said, toppled and restacked and toppled again. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's not like rot or decay.
No. It doesn't smell like mold and any of that
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
And you don't see trash items there. Like you're not seeing like the all the takeout from
Yeah.
Mason's place.
Yeah.
You're not seeing anything like that. And between the piles of shit, there are like walkways
Okay.
through the space.
Uh-huh. I think Haru like looks around, kind of soaks this in, and wants to look for like if there's a place that he might sit. That you know, like, you know, I just got home from work, sit down, take off my shoes, exhale. What's directly around there is, I think, kind of their inclination.
Sure. It takes you a little bit of time, but you start following these walkways. And you kind of make, you know, a treasure hunter's map of this mess. And you find the space where there should be like in the bedroom, where there should be a bed, there isn't.
Cool.
There's a slightly bigger space where somebody could lay down on the floor. But
Normal.
that's all.
Cool.
There is a closet there that has a whole bunch of the same outfit.
It's a sign of genius.
And then yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of where you see things, including like a rack with shoes,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all like by day,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
you know.
I vibe that.
Um, so that seems like the most likely place where he'd kind of come and take
Yeah,
things
yeah,
off.
yeah. So I think that they just want to like look around that area for anything that might imply connection, or honestly for Badger's equipment,
Okay.
for anything that might imply connection to, like, obviously Belsley, but maybe the welder. Anything that might be like a garage or something like that. You know, just looking for things that specifically
Sure.
flag on these particular incidents.
Absolutely. Go ahead with an intelligence observation. And if it wasn't such a chaos mess in here, I'd give you an advantage.
Sure.
Because you're looking for specific things, but
Yeah.
it's kind of a riot. Like, if he wanted to hide a bunch of murder weapons, it would not be hard
Oh, yeah.
to make them not appear.
3 successes.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
A 10 and a 6.
Yeah.
Let's
holy
go.
crap. Okay. All right.
You
all
find a
right.
book said, "If I did it."
I did.
Big money, no whammies. Let's do this.
Oh.
So you begin to kind of search in a spiral radius out from this nest, right? And eventually you get to a spot sort of in the far corner of the room that you realize the pile of stuff that's stacked up in, you know, it starts off with like banker boxes
Mhm.
and then moves into like smaller items as it gets taller, but like above your height this
Yeah.
pile goes. But it's situated in a spot where the floor around it is actually pretty clear, and you can grab onto this pile and move the whole pile. That then gives you, you know, 18 inches that you can shimmy through
Mhm.
and get into another little space. And it's almost like a mirror of the other nest in that this one is, you find a plasma cutter in there. You find you don't find a bloody rope,
Sure.
right? That was left at the scene. But you find a pile with like 3 of those Black London fog jackets.
Mm-hmm.
And you find another set, a couple of sets of like Doc Martens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you see there's one of the jackets, the one that had a part torn,
Oh, yeah.
that has been manually just ripped
Cool.
into pieces. And you find sort of you don't see Doc Badger's equipment, but you do find what looks like somebody that did sketches of the known crime scenes,
hmm
but almost like if somebody described it to them.
Oh, interesting.
So they're not picture perfect. Like, you've seen pictures of all the crime scenes.
Yeah.
now. They're not right.
Huh.
They're close. Almost like I said, either it's somebody did a sketch of it based on what someone else told them without ever seeing it directly, or like these were concept art.
Oh, uh-huh.
Kind
okay.
of.
Yeah, I get you.
You're not sure which.
It's one of those like pre-production artwork, and by the time it gets to
Yes.
production, things have changed.
Right.
Or it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Got
Or,
it.
they didn't anticipate all the details right, and so
Gravity.
the sketch looks a little, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's you
By-
find all that stuff.
The moment that they walk in, they've put on gloves because they've been
Sure.
implicated in enough crimes already. And so they take their KA out, and I imagine like as they're going, oh,
I'm sorry. I will say the sketches of the judge and of Quell are much closer to reality.
Okay.
okay. And I literally was looking at the Quell crime scene like
Yeah.
for hours last night, like
Yeah.
a normal
And
person.
that is very accurate.
It was a planned art installation.
Yes.
Um,
But there are sketches of the others.
yeah.
So, like, there's a sketch of Ultimate Warrior up against the bathroom wall, There's a sketch of this chef
Covered
leaned
in
up
thicker-
against
Yeah.
a dumpster.
Those are
But
more random
those two
factors.
are not quite right,
Okay.
right? Like, it's like the Ultimate Warrior doesn't appear next to the sink like he did in reality.
Okay.
He's next to a toilet instead.
Okay.
And the chef isn't leaning against the dumpster, he's leaning against the back door of the restaurant.
Okay.
So it's like the details are wrong, but they should be fairly right, Yeah.
Interesting. I imagine they like get their KIA out, and they're as they're kind of looking it over, it's like it's like taking a picture, and then Haru is just frantically like circling things in the image as it's imaging the whole pile, and by the time they get all the way around, they've imaged like the stack of it and just like circled stuff, and at the end has pulled out the sketches and laid them out and fully like scans them all and just shoots it all to everybody like the moment that they're done.
Everybody on the team or everybody ever?
No, not every just everybody on the team for now.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure.
Out of habit, they are paranoid. It is only going to a need to know for
I'm
now.
surprised.
We can file it
Still
later.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I
I know. How do paranoid never happens.
What was I about to say? Oh, heck. No, well, it's gone.
Yeah.
Whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So you send all these photos off. And the rest of you get them. That's probably about your whole shift.
Yeah.
Dealing with
Yeah.
this apartment. is
And
a
I
lot.
think that the last thing is telling dispatch to send people to come here.
Oh, sure. That's totally fine.
Because Haru's leaving and going
That
back to headquarters.
takes a
Yeah,
moment.
exactly.
Yeah. There'll be a whole forensic team here.
Yep.
No problem.
They just don't do that kind of work. That involves people work. That's for other people.
small people if you're not a Bladerunner.
The little people. Go ahead.
Says the shortest member of the team. The little people.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move up to. Is there anything like Gavin wants to do to prepare for Noah's arrival?
Make sure that we have some extra muscle nearby in case interrogations go the way I think they're gonna go.
That's fine.
Um,
And you book an interrogation room, and
Yeah.
you got all that under control. No problem.
that's all I got.
Um,
Maybe reschedule my meeting with Quell because I don't think we're gonna really need it at this point. But reschedule and hopefully have good news for them.
okay. So you you get that all set up. That's fine. Haru, you're on your way back to headquarters.
Yep.
Kestrel, you're also heading to headquarters, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Very good. Fjord.
Someone mentioned extra muscle, so
Hand combat, what?
Yeah, you're in a great place to fight somebody.
You're set up with the CPU tower behind a
T19.
bush.
I mean, no, I'm not handling it like, No, I just wanted to eyeball, like, where I might be able to get my hands on something if I had
Oh, I thought
to,
you
like-
wanted to bring it with you to
No,
your,
I
like,
just wanted
case
to, I'm
joint
looking
place.
for, sorry, I wasn't clear. I was looking
Oh.
for, like, if I had to find an improvised ranged weapon.
Okay.
Gun.
I know, but that's not it. It's not it. But I'm in an office, so.
Okay,
you
okay.
know, yeah.
So you're all set up. We'll skip forward in time to the moment where the K9 unit arrives.
Okay.
And you can offer them direction. What do you want them to do?
Where are they? Are they on the same floor level?
I mean, they'll go wherever you tell them you want them to go.
I tell them to, well, it depends how many there are, but post
mean,
themselves.
It's a guy and a K9.
One can. I got one guy.
It's a
I mean,
unit.
did you want more? Like we can retcon that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted like a squad.
okay. I mean, like the LEP doesn't have like
I
a
know.
legion. It's not.
I know.
A flotilla.
Not an
of-
army of-
A
I
man
know.
dog.
It's not just like a bunch of dudes that are just popped out of the barracks with a dog.
Hello,
on
I
the
need a
leash.
unit
But they're
of
animaloids,
bricks.
so they're
Yeah.
cheap. I mean, they can just make as many as they want. No, yeah. I didn't think so.
You're right, but they still
No, yeah.
cost money.
Flotilla, really easy.
When they're
I mean-
fluffy enough, yes.
When they get
Sorry.
called in for the,
I like the word flotilla. Judge me.
Okay.
Yes.
They're all
Um,
Shepherd Maltese.
So we'll say you can
mixed.
have 5,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
you've got 5 officers that are handlers, and 5. They all look surprisingly similar.
Okay, that's not
They
surprising.
look like they're, 4-ish-year-old German shepherds.
Okay, one at the main entrance, one at whatever the largest exit is for the spinners in that building, one on me.
Okay.
I have one stay in their spinner for. Did they come in a transport or
Well, they have like the K9 transport units.
is it armed? Does it have a?
It
Because
doesn't have like guns on the spinner. No.
They don't. Okay. What? That
Like, the officers are armed,
but
but-
that was an option.
It's kind of like they're sort of like a modified spinner that has the like compartment where they can get the dog to go in.
Okay, that's good enough. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
fine. Just one to stay inside. Just keep the engine running.
Sure.
That's it. That's it for now.
Okay.
Turn on the AC. There's a dog in there.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a temperature controlled environment. Like they're treating these animals right. Yeah.
Mhm. They
Uh,
said the I generated Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So one on.
So you are. Excuse me. You have set up the tiny flotilla of K9 units around the judicial building. And it comes time, and you see the spinner pull up. That's obviously the one that sent from headquarters, because this one is like, it's like the unmarked police
Mhm.
car, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you think about like, the police car with all the lights and everything on it, it's more like the Crown Victoria without all the extra lights.
Mhm.
But still the big front grill thing.
Yeah, it still has the push bar in the front. Yeah. And the light,
Yeah.
Okay.
but it's not all lights and sirens on the roof and all that. It's a little more subdued. But it pulls up, and you see an officer get out and kind of walk around and lean on the car from where he parked, waiting for Noah to get there.
Okay.
A few minutes later, Noah comes out, and he's dressed in his exact same outfit you've seen him in before, with an umbrella tucked under his arm, walking around like that guy from Police Academy with his little crop. That he briskly walks out of the place. Go ahead and do empathy, insight, or intelligence observation.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Didn't work last
Do you have
time. I don't know
another-
why you're.
No.
What do you need?
No, I have it. All right, do it again.
Good luck, Godspeed.
Empathy insight is a bit better.
Hey!
I got 1 success.
Oh, thank
Woo!
God.
You can see that as he comes out of the building, he's not looking around furtively, but he has absolutely clocked you, the canine unit, the officer standing by the spinner, and like you see him, and he kind of holds up a not quite as big a KIA unit, but he holds up a KIA unit and looks at it on his wrist, and then proceeds to walk towards the spinner.
I while he's walking, I message the K9 unit and the escort, the spinner escort, that this suspect is dangerous,
Okay,
and I'm taking him in to arraign him.
sure. And he gets about halfway across the open space on the way to the spinner, and
I get ready to grab the computer.
you'll get up second, but he's fast when he does this. He drops to one knee and sights his umbrella on the officer leaning on the car.
Oh,
And let's see what happens.
cool moves, dude.
Come on, Penguin. Let's go.
God. He's got a Kingsman umbrella.
Okay. He fires off a shot from this umbrella, and hits the officer sort of in the upper torso. It knocks him kind of across the hood, and he collapses in front of the spinner. And Noah immediately propels himself back into motion, but now he is sprinting across the remaining space.
So where is he relative to me? Is he is the canine, the canine's with me, adjacent to
Yes.
me. He's out in front. How far away is he? 30 feet?
Yeah, I'd say. I was going to say, 30, 40 feet.
I toss the computer and I tell the guy, let the dog sick him.
Okay.
Sick him.
Um,
So I'm throwing the computer at him to
So-
slow him down.
You have a gun.
I know.
you can have this computer throw as kind of your reaction move,
Yeah.
right? And then we'll do actual initiative.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll
I didn't think he was gonna have a gun though. I thought.
It's so funny.
So I was like,
I think
nah,
it's
go.
funny that you're like, computer attack.
I know.
Acha!
I think agility force
Agility force.
is what you're looking for.
All right.
The whole ebook.
The whole ebook, the whole thing. Just throw the whole ebook at him.
All the law enforcement's in there.
All right, no bad.
The weight of justice in a Kindle.
Such law, much order.
No order.
I'm literally throwing books at him. Is that what?
Yeah.
I love that. Throwing the book at him. Ooh. Oh, what is this?
It's a 9.
I got a 9 on agility.
Okay.
You got 1.
That's it.
So there's your success.
Okay.
I'm not going to have the computer do a ton of damage,
Oh, it's all right.
but it trips him up
That's all I wanted.
for a step.
That's what I wanted.
You hurl this CPU tower at him,
Aerodynamic.
I love it.
sails across this space, and you probably wouldn't have made it if you hadn't come to the realization that you are what you are, right? The extra oomph to throw a computer 30 feet, because I sure as fuck couldn't do that. Like
I am what I am.
managed to
Well,
throw
yeah,
it.
I'm leaning
It
into it.
sails out and it hits him in the hip, as he's starting to move.
Good.
So he stumbles a little bit.
Okay.
So he's not going to be as far ahead of you
Okay. Good.
as he wanted.
Good. Good for the dog.
And the canine unit right next to you has let the dog go and done the gesture and command to send it towards him.
Okay.
Let's-
Better not hurt the doggo.
What?
Better not hurt the doggo. I'm just saying it off the cuff, but the dog is an officer as well. The dog is an
Yeah,
officer.
like,
Yeah.
he's not going to specifically like whirl around and shoot a dog. That's not my plan. The dog may be taken out of the combat, but not in a permanent way.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He might be thrown to the side, something, because the dog.
A
is
mouse
now-
trap lands on him.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, like
Okay.
nobody's here to watch me hurt dogs.
I know.
Right? Like
No.
that's,
I know you one day. You know, I'm just saying.
that's not what I'm here to do. That's
I'm
not
just
what anybody
saying.
wants
It
to
looks
see.
like a precious German Maltese mix in the flotilla, and I just don't.
That dog's a cop.
Yeah. exactly.
But, like,
exactly.
If the dog gets into range and engages him directly,
If this
he
dog
might
gets hurt, I'm adopting.
he
him when I
might
get my
throw the
apartment.
dog away, right?
When you
like
get an apartment.
When I get
You're
an
gonna get an apartment
I'm
now.
getting- yeah.
just to take care of this ex-police dog.
Yeah.
And that's our whole season 2.
That's the
That's
rest
just
of the campaign for
Fjor and the
Fjor.
doggo.
You're the dog.
Fjor has a
Everyone
roommate.
gets a dog.
Everyone gets a dog. Yeah.
I'm the dog in my relationship, so
Aw.
it's fine.
That's all you, boo boo.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So I drew for the officer
Okay.
and his dog. They'll move together.
Okay.
And I drew for Noah.
Okay.
Let's start at the top. What did you get?
9.
Oh,
See you later.
Yeah. That's why I got the dogs.
well, no. No, you know what? We did 1 through 10 last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the doggo, the officer, like, finishes pointing
Mm-hmm.
and is standing up and drawing his service weapon.
Okay.
That's kind of his round. The doggo charges. Doesn't quite get all the way to Noah, but is almost there. Like, close enough to menace him.
Okay.
And is barking and going nuts, right? The full, like, police dog has tracked down the suspect, barks, crazy.
We do not have a warrant for this. Go on.
What's that?
We don't have a warrant for
his
this.
arrest.
Nope.
You don't need one.
He shot an officer.
I mean, he literally just
No,
shot
that's
it
true.
out
He
in
did
front
just
of
shoot
you.
an officer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if he just was casually going along and you're like, "Get him, dog,"
Yeah.
that's
Something else.
different. That would cause you
Yes, but
trouble.
we're worried about that last case as well.
True.
All right. So you then it's you. You're next.
I draw my pistol.
Okay.
Um,
You can take a shot if you want.
I will run to close the range between us
Okay.
as far as I can. I'm probably not going to outrun the dog, but I'll get as close as I can and then draw my pistol to fire a lethal shot if possible.
Okay. You are able to close the distance. If you want to run up and then draw, you're not going to have time to try and shoot this time,
Mm-mm.
but you'll be ready next round
Okay.
to fire. Noah kind of gets his feet back under him and is like, "What the fuck, this computer?" Like, you can see he's confused a little bit, like, where the fuck did this come from? But he then, like, sees the dog running after him and barking and going crazy and runs for the spinner at full speed, which is disturbingly fast.
Okay.
Not like the Flash, right? Like, it's still within, like, human comprehension, but it's
Enhanced speed.
fast. Yeah.
Spider-Man
Replicants can be
fast.
really fast.
Like, you're real glad he's not on the other side of a 20-foot room from you and pissed off,
Oh,
because he could get to you and do damage at the same. That kind of
he's
fast.
fast.
I had a feeling.
So he gets up to the spinner. He isn't in it yet, but he's right by the door. Cool. Let's
Go again.
mix up the cards.
Mhm.
I guess I should just probably keep the card here to make it faster. I'm not looking down at the card.
You're looking at me. We're having a lovely
Looking
eye conversation.
all the way around.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a moment while I'm
For
not
those playing
looking.
at home, I've decided to call the squad of K9 the Flooftilla.
Oh,
It's perfect.
now I'm like the leader of the Flutilla is Flutilla the Hun.
Yeah. Okay. We're really going for it
Flutilla
now.
the Hound.
There it is.
And it's just a dachshund. It's a long-haired dachshund.
Or
For
maybe
sure.
he's the furif instead of the sheriff.
Oh, yes.
Uh,
All right. You got a 9 this time.
Again.
You
Yeah,
won't
I
watch me
watched
make
you
it.
do it. I watched you do it. You
The
have
night is-
bad number
this
luck
night is
today,
confusing.
Fred.
The
I
doggo
don't
gets
like
a
it.
1,
I know.
and the Noah gets a 2. All right. Doggo charges up. Go ahead and roll a D10 for strength and a D6 for force.
Come on, Chopper. Sick balls.
Bunny, ball.
So, all right, a D10 for strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
Okay.
just roll them now.
Yeah, D10 and a D6.
D10 was a 9.
Yep.
Okay.
D6
So one
was a
success.
3.
So the doggo charges up, latches on to Noah's leg, does the like head shake, try and pull the person to the ground kind of move. I don't know if anybody out there has ever watched videos of police dogs attacking
Oh,
people,
I have.
but it's a lot.
Yeah.
And they are very good at their job.
Yeah.
It does some damage
Okay.
to Noah's leg, but doesn't pull him to the ground.
Okay.
Let's
Strong.
see. Okay. The officer that drew his service weapon last time, let me just roll for him real quick.
I have a feeling I know what's going to happen if he fires a shot.
He does fire.
Yep.
Completely misses.
Yeah.
Just goes wide.
Okay.
I got a 4 and a 2.
Okay.
Oh,
He doesn't do so badly that he hits a bystander or
The
anybody
car.
else or the car. Like
Yeah.
it just he pulled the gun and this guy like moved super fast and
That's
he
right,
was kind of
yeah.
aimed where he was
Yep.
and he adjusts his aim and shoots,
well, he's
but
being shaken by a dog too.
yeah, but misses. Okay, now it's Noah's turn. If you know anything about police dog training, they're usually trained in another language
Mm-hmm.
for their commands,
Mhm.
usually German,
hmm
but the command to make them let go and back off is auf.
Yeah, auf.
But Noah knows this
Of course he does.
Yeah.
because he's read everything.
Yeah.
I've been in his beautiful mind shrine, and he works for the courts.
You've been in his exterior
so-
memory vault.
Yeah.
He turns to the dog that's latched onto his leg and yells "Auf!" and does the full point. The dog lets go
Yeah.
and sits, like they're supposed to.
Good.
Is still wagging their tail because they're a very good boy, and is very excited that they did the right thing. Like,
Yeah.
I did what I was told. I'm gonna get a treat. This is awesome. Kind of licking his lips in a little bit disturbing way because he's
Yeah.
like, I just got to have some extra flavoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That allows Noah to dive into the spinner and slam the door. That's his turn. The spinner, he turns on the spinner. It is started.
All right.
It makes the whine of it spinning, but it's not moving yet. It is there. And then it's your turn.
Now I take my shot.
Okay. So roll your agility firearm.
Oh boy. Firearms. Oh, you're coming right back. Would you like to?
Hasn't helped so far.
Okay.
Sam, you do it.
I've lost my
Yeah.
I don't know if my luck's any better.
Haru. Yeah. All right. Everybody, cross your fingers and toesies. Agility and firearms.
Hey,
Wow, I got 2
I
successes.
did it.
Okay.
I did so good.
Nice.
I did so good.
Thank you.
could not remember if that was a 1 or a 6.
Yeah,
on the stick.
The graphic is on the high number on these.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do you have written down how much damage your pistol does?
I do.
I don't.
I do.
have to go to the book. The 358.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. I have the 44. I have the big boy.
Oh.
Here, hold on. I have the equipment.
And I had the 357, the subcompact.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
You know what?
Because
Yeah.
you can sneak that into bathhouses
Gear.
Hey now.
if you walk really slow. No, I'm just kidding.
357, right?
358.
That's not a
Says-
thing.
Oh, okay. Why do I have
357
357
is
people?
fine.
I have a 357. Why do I have a 357?
Subcompact or Magnum?
Subcompact.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, those are the two. Okay, so you do short range. Damage is 1,
Okay.
and then your crit die is a 12.
Okay. Because you got a second success, you can roll for a critical injury.
12.
D12.
So you roll a d12 and we'll see what happens.
Sweet. Wait, is this 12?
Let's see 12.
All right. Big damage. No whammies.
He's inside the vehicle at this point.
I know. Yeah. I have an 8.
Okay. He's inside the vehicle, so I should have said this before you rolled, but I'm gonna modify your roll +1 or -1 to his advantage. Because an 8, you just shot his brains out. And he's dead.
I was trying.
You did. So feel good about the fact that you did it. But I mean, nothing good is happening here. Like
No.
this is bad.
He's in trouble.
But you managed to score a decent chest wound. Like through the side window of the spinner, you hit him in the side of the chest. Mechanically, he has a punctured lung. Okay. He's going to get disadvantage to stamina and mobility. And one more time, I'm sorry, the damage,
1.
1. And you get an extra damage for your critical.
Do I have time to make a communication?
Yeah.
I communicate to the K9 unit in their spinner to come to my location immediately.
Sure. And they can get there in seconds.
Okay.
So even if he pulls away this
Mhm.
next round, you'll be able to give chase.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just to prove I'm not trying to keep giving Fjor a 9. Here. Mix them up.
Oh, you want me to give Fjor a 9?
Basically.
Yeah.
Low on him.
All right, from the top, here comes Fjor.
Is it a
It's not a
9?
9. It's not a 9, but
Okay.
it's a 10.
Okay, I said
No way.
worse.
Oh, God.
This accursed day.
The canine units have an 8, and Noah has a 4.
Yeah.
So,
Hilarious.
I promise I did not have a whole deck of 9s and 10s printed that I took.
That would be really meticulous work.
That would be, yeah. It would
What
be a
good roll
lot.
have I had? Can we recap it later?
You just shot him in the lung.
I know. I
That's
know. I
it.
was joking. That's
And
the
if he
one.
wasn't in the spinner, he'd be dead.
I know.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
the one.
it would just be game over.
I'm joking.
But,
Still.
so at this point, you can see that he kind of clutches up against his chest and floors the spin.
Yeah.
Right? Like he
He's outta here.
accelerates away up into the sky a little bit. He's not gaining altitude like crazy, but he's just trying to get away. Did you want the other canine spinner to like land and pick you up? Or did you want it to chase after him directly? Or
It isn't. I will hop on the roof if I have to get
okay,
on that spinner.
but you want it to come close enough for
I'm
you to
close
get up.
enough to pick me up.
Okay,
Come on, Anakin.
I know. I believe it's tempting.
might be time for some death sticks.
Gavin's not there. You can't have death sticks without
That's
Gavin.
right.
Right? Where are you
If
gonna get
any-
death sticks?
That's yes. You're the death stick.
You don't even know a death stick dealer. Shit. So
Wow.
uh, I don't know why my brain just tried to channel the state senator from The Wire. That one actor. The shit.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
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 I don't remember his name. All right, so the canine unit dips down over the plaza right next to you. We'll pause there long enough for you to use your turn to jump on board.
Okay.
If you want to just hang on to the outside and do full, like, the Untouchables running board chase, I will give you an advantage in whatever the next chase event is.
Okay, I will.
Okay. But
This is how you die, bro.
there's a risk involved here. Like, things go horribly wrong, you're on the outside of a spinner.
I know.
You die.
But the other option is you don't get advantage, but you get inside.
Okay.
So you're going for the outside or the inside?
So I will get advantage on.
On whatever comes up in our next chase.
Okay. I'll
Okay.
take it.
Because I'm using it to represent the time that you're saving by just
Yeah.
jumping
Yeah.
on the board as it
And there's risk. I accept the risk.
All right.
And now let's look at the chunky salsa rules for Blade Runner.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Ah.
You started on the ground. You might end there too.
All aerial chases end on the ground.
Yeah.
It's just about how quickly. Like the old...
We didn't learn the
Airborne
chunky
thing.
salsa rules for this game. I had to find the bag.
Right. Oh, and
Oh,
also
the-
the defenestration.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It's
So we have a history of chunky salsa.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the bag of guts.
Well, that,
Yeah.
that-
That. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. To go bag.
to go
The
bag.
go bag. Yeah.
All right.
Though in this chase, you'd be a doggy bag.
Oh.
Wah, wah. Okay.
In this case, when you jump on board, the doggo in the separate compartment is very excited.
Yes.
Is like, hi, hi.
Yeah.
If the dog it had the collar from up, it is very much
Hello.
like, hello,
Yeah.
welcome to my car. This is awesome. Nobody's ever jumped on the side before. Like, very excited. But to the untrained ear, it very much sounds like, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Why are you on? Ah!
Big chesty, deep barking.
That's so. My bigger dog has a very big chest. So when he barks, it sounds like a much bigger dog than he even is.
Oh.
Uh,
Perfect.
But because he's spindly, like the closest animal I could compare him to would be one of those rabbit walkers from Dark Crystal.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Ooh,
Like
yeah.
he's got hugely long legs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if he had any mass in his body other than this chest, he would be a 150-pound dog, but he's not. He's
Okay.
literally got nothing to him. So he's only 65 pounds.
Oh
of dog.
Jesus!
Wow.
But
All right.
when he barks, he has scared so many solicitors at the door.
Oh yeah.
Good.
It is
Nice.
delightful. Like, I count on him to make sure that solar salesman goes away.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, I'll open the door and be like, get back! Get back! And he's like, oh! Oh.
Little did you know.
And they're always like, oh my god! Oh, I'm sorry! We'll
Yes, he's
talk to you
very
later."
vicious.
Yeah, like, I don't know how long I can hold the door. Please go! Please go! Yeah.
Till he trots by with a gelfling on him.
Yeah.
No, kidding.
That's legit what would happen.
Okay.
Because he loves the children.
He
so
literally is like Fizzgig. He's just loud,
Yeah.
but
Our other dog, the smaller one, is named Fizzgig. For that exact
I could not have more respect for you than right now.
And, I mean, his name's Jabberwocky. Because we're like,
Nice.
all of our poodle names are going to be mystical monsters.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let's go. All right. Here you go. A 6.
Yeah.
We're
climbing
climbing
around.
around.
Yay!
The driver of the vehicle is a 7.
Oh, that's good. All right, we're close.
And Noah's a 5.
Not too.
Because he's
Okay.
a lucky bastard.
All right.
All right.
Closing the initiative gap.
Let's do this chase.
He gets away though. We'll just escrow him.
We could also probably track the spinner.
You
so this
can
would
please
be-
track me because I don't have time
LAPD
to say
spinners.
track me. I need-
Oh, we don't know that this is going on.
I
No,
know.
I'm setting
Nope.
a table. Like I
I
am
know.
ready to go.
I'm just saying in gameplay, like I would let you know.
I'm playing
if I-
Candy Crush in a spinner.
Please don't telegraph my brutal.
Kestrel's
gruesome end.
probably cleaning her weapons.
Little do they know.
Here, pass those over. Okay.
Ooh.
So we're gonna do
Oh,
a
chase.
chase.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So here's what we do. In each round of the chase, every participant can do a maneuver. You choose a maneuver from your little deck,
Okay.
and I choose one from mine.
Okay.
Then, the maneuvers will require a skill roll. I'll give you an advantage because there's another officer there helping.
Sweet.
And you chose to do the fast version.
Vin
Um,
Diesel movie now.
Yes.
what
Mhm.
happens is after we've secretly chosen, before we reveal them, I will choose something from the obstacle deck.
Okay.
Once I do, then we kind of see what that does to the chase.
Okay. Right.
Okay,
Makes sense.
so at this point, go ahead and choose your move. Okay. Now I will reveal the obstacle. In this case, it is a smog cloud.
Of
Oh.
course.
The polluted smog thickens as the chase continues. It's going to be difficult to keep track of the target. A hide maneuver gets advantage. Even if the prey doesn't hide, the pursuer has to roll observation, but it doesn't take an action to do that.
Okay.
If it fails, your maneuver for this round will fail.
Okay.
Okay. So, go ahead and reveal your move. What'd you do?
Stand and shoot.
Oh.
Oh, all right. And they did pursue and flee. But you will get to go first in this situation. So
Okay.
go ahead and roll an observation.
Negative
With
advantage.
advantage because of the other officer, right?
Yes, you can
If-
have an advantage on
Observation what? Or is it?
Just observation, right?
it. It says just observation, but
That's
I'd
weird.
assume that's intelligence.
Yeah.
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 Intelligence.
Intelligence and observation.
I would say I need 3D.
Can I spare? Can you spare?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you spare?
Well, I'll give you a choice. If you want to use the advantage on this observation roll, you can. If you want to save the advantage for your shoot,
I'll save it for my shoot.
okay.
Okay, then you don't need my idea.
So go ahead and roll your observation.
Well, you still need
Yeah, you
the
need
one
your
for
intelligence.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you. Wow, these are hefty.
I know.
Good. What is this, plutonium?
It's the weight of Gavin's soul.
Success.
Okay.
All right.
So you
Thank
just
you.
need one
Mhm.
success. That's fine. Now you can go ahead and
Shoot.
shoot.
D12.
So
No.
that's your agility firearm.
Oh, agility. Thank you. Sorry.
And this is the one with advantage.
And you will have advantage, so you can roll your agility twice.
Oh, okay.
So you need a D10.
Oh, wretched.
What is
Oh,
that?
no.
That's a 1, bud.
Oh.
You got a 1 and a 2.
And a
And
4.
a 4.
Oh, and a 4.
Ooh.
Okay. So you take aim and you peer through the smog as it thickens, and you take the shot. And it's still a police spinner. It just ricochets
Yeah.
off the semi-armored body panel. Right?
Okay.
It doesn't do any damage.
Alright.
Okay. Now you can put your card back in your deck
I can put it back in. Oh,
Yeah.
alright.
because the
Gonna go
chase
again.
continues. But he has his thing was to flee,
Okay. Yeah.
so he has moved another range increment away, which will put him out of range of your pistol
For sure.
at this point. So if you picked a stand and shoot, you're not going to
Your
hit.
pistol's short range, so you're.
But let's see. Okay, I have chosen.
I've chosen.
Okay, let us see what obstacle comes up, and hopefully it's not more police.
That worked well for me.
Yeah, it did. This time it's going low. So it looked like he was climbing, and then he just dived.
Ooh,
Okay.
Right.
spicy.
The chase goes low. The spinners are racing through the narrow streets at breakneck speeds. This gives advantage to hide, block, and cut off maneuvers. Disadvantage to pursue, flee, stand, and shoot. A failed pursue flee roll will inflict D3 points of damage to the vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So what did you pick?
Other.
Okay, what's your plan then? This is kind of the custom card, so you tell me what you want to have happen.
Just reading it. I want to close the gap between us to get in range.
That's pursue.
It's kind of the pursue move, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, unless you come up with a wild way that you're pursuing. Like, do you tell the driver to keep going straight and not dive after him, and then you're going to try a dive maneuver at the end? I'll make it harder, but you could do it that way.
So just to get some acceleration and then plummet.
Yeah. And then you do a full, like, dive bomber move.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's close the gap.
Okay.
And just dive down.
All right. So I will give you disadvantage,
Okay.
but you can totally do that.
Okay.
And if you're successful versus his move, then you'll be close enough that you could take a shot.
Shot range. Okay.
All right. In this case, he chose hide, so he dived down to try and get away.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your. In this case,
Something crazy.
probably
driving skill.
agility, mobility. Actually, it'll just be a flat roll because you would have had advantage with the other officer helping,
But now it's a
but now it's just a flat roll. So agility mobility.
I don't think I should stick with you. Just agility.
And mobility.
Oh, and
And
mobility.
mobility.
Oh, you give me
Yeah.
both. Oh, okay. All right. Well, work well together. Do your best. That's horrible. Except this
Oh,
is
no,
a
that's-
success.
That's 2 successes. It's a 10.
That's a 1 though.
No, that doesn't matter. You have 10, which is 2.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
10 or higher is 2.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Cool.
It's been a minute. You're good.
Yeah. It's been a long day.
So he dives down and tries to get lost in the detritus of the lower city, right? The
That's me.
strings of clotheslines strung between buildings and
Oh no.
all that stuff that's just flapping past.
Okay.
So even as you're doing it, like when you go to make the dive portion of this,
Yeah.
you do it and like you're whipped by people's dirty drawers and all that. Just they're clean now because they're hanging out to dry, but
At least they're clean.
clearly you didn't anticipate that
No.
you'd be smacked about the head and shoulders with people's underthings for today. You normally
Not
have to pay
today.
extra for that.
Listen, I wake up for that every day. Everybody else.
But that has happened. He's still gonna get to. You have closed the distance with him.
Yeah.
He's gonna get to make his hide instead of getting advantage from the obstacle.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a flat roll
All
because
right.
of your second success.
Okay. Try.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. I got one success. One success. Okay. So clearly he attempted to dive to hide from you. He manages to pull into a mess of like lower traffic.
Mm.
So he blends his spinner in to make it look like a surface vehicle, right? Because there are still surface vehicles. Especially like heavy transport trucks and stuff. He kind of dives in between a couple of those. You don't lose sight of him. He hasn't ended the chase, but you don't have any advantage next turn.
Okay.
All right. Now we can choose our next move. Okay. I have chosen. You good?
I don't really have. I mean, there's really. Am I in range? I'm not in range yet, though.
You are.
Oh, I am in range?
Yeah.
It's just traffic.
Because you were successful
Just
last
traffic.
time,
Okay.
you are in range. You could take a shot.
All right. All right, I've chosen.
Let's see what the obstacle is. Oh. An explosion.
Oh,
A huge fire explosion from an industrial site mushrooms towards the vehicles. Each driver has
On
to
the
make a separate
outside.
driving roll to avoid it.
Thank you for
Failure means D6 points of damage to the vehicle or to the people on the outside of the vehicle.
Oh boy.
And your chosen maneuver for the round fails. So, go ahead and make agility mobility roll. Oh no, it's actually a driving roll. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
So, yeah. In this case, it's just driving. There's no stat.
there's a driving stat.
There's a skill.
Yeah, it's
But it's
Gotcha.
not going to be associated
Oh, you
with
just
one of the-
drive. You
just
just rolled driving. Fuck.
I don't have a base die for driving on my sheet. I just have
Oh, that means you're probably a D6.
D3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Oh yeah, I never really noticed that one before.
Yeah.
But you get advantage, so you can roll driving twice.
Okay.
So 2d6.
Keep rolling for your life. Let's go.
I know. I know. Please let me live. Please let me live.
Ah!
2 failures.
Okay.
Oh no.
Let me roll a d6. I only got a 1.
Okay.
So you take 1 point of physical damage. So 1 point off your health.
Oh, where's my...
Up in the.
Kind of the right
Oh,
side.
there it is. Okay. All right.
So you're a little crispy. Like this big poof of like
Okay.
like the off gassing from like where you see the refineries down
Yeah.
in El Segundo. So there's just this big gout of flame
Yeah.
that comes
Yeah.
out and kind of washes over you quickly as you're moving along.
I'm a little singed.
Yeah.
All right.
So your eyebrows are a couple millimeters shorter now.
Okay.
How'd that happen?
But you're still okay. You're not
Okay.
murdered by this.
Well, I feel sanitized after going through people's underwear.
Yeah, there's no chance that any microbes left on people's things hanging out
Mites.
have gotten onto you and stayed.
Any critters. Okay.
But your maneuver this round fails.
Yeah, that's fine. I got
So
it.
you don't get to do whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So now let's see about his driving. He got a success with a
Aw.
9.
He gets a maneuver.
So, okay. Go ahead and roll force driving because he has chosen to try and block you.
Okay.
So as you come out of the fire, he is pulled up out of the traffic that he was hiding in and like just tries to
Like a T intersection block.
Tokyo drifting.
kind of swings up in front of you
Oh,
and
okay.
is like gonna hit your spinner and set it off course
Okay.
a little bit. So
Driving in force. Okay.
yes, but hold on, he gets to roll his force and driving first. But he has 2 successes. So you can roll your force and driving.
It's getting all these. Oh, yeah.
You're the one that said I'm gonna chase him.
Yeah. No, I'm not playing. It's just like he gets good rolls. I feel like it. Well, I got 1 success.
Okay. As an opposed roll, he had more successes.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's gonna do
Oh no.
1 point of damage to the spinner you're on.
Oh, shoot.
Roll a strength force for yourself.
Maybe you can hop from your spinner to his spinner.
I know. I'm not doing that.
That sounds like a very terrible idea.
That would be suicide. he would crush me. I need more D8s. May I? Thank you. Actually, I could probably.
Yeah, use mine. It's there. Oh my god, what is with you and these specific numbers?
It's been 5 and 2 all night.
I don't
but-
like it.
Oh
I
no.
know,
I
it's
see.
been 5 and 2.
So
I'm gonna take that back now.
Please do.
you will also take an additional point of damage to your health.
All right.
Mainly because like you're hanging on the outside.
Yeah.
The spinner got hit.
Yeah.
So like you don't lose grip and fall off, but
Yeah.
you
No, I'm not gonna let
fly
go.
away from it for a second and then impact heavily against the outside.
Okay. From my cold dead hands.
Yes. You are holding on, but your hands are not quite dead yet.
Yet.
It seems to be approaching at this rate. I'm sorry. And then he jets away. So he is now another range increment away.
So I'm gonna radio to track track that car.
Sure.
And if we have an all points bulletin for the car.
You can absolutely do that.
Okay.
And the LAPD can keep track of that car. No problem.
Okay.
What happened? We know where he's going. He's coming here.
True.
I'm playing Candy Crush.
They're still doing that stupid Candy Crush drone show
Yeah.
every day over the city.
Seriously?
All right. Are you going to continue to try and pursue actively?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and pick our maneuvers. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Good. All right. Our obstacle is open air. The vehicles move into the open air between major buildings. Spinner traffic is cleared for a moment, just by the random happenstance of traffic. This gives advantage to pursue and flee and stand and shoot. Disadvantage to hide and block.
Good.
So what'd you pick?
Pursue and flee.
Okay. Let's go ahead and resolve. So what does it say on there for the skill?
Mobility, driving.
Okay. So go ahead
Really do that?
So roll your mobility and your driving, but you have advantage in this case because nothing has stopped you.
All right.
We believe in you.
Thank you. All right, so this is driving. Mobility is D10.
Nice.
So you'll
Come
get
on.
2 mobility dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
You have a D10?
Oh,
Yeah, right there.
I have 2. I have 1 right
All right.
there.
Come on, city man.
At least 1 success. I got 1 success.
Okay.
You got what you asked for.
No.
So you accelerate back towards him in
Yes.
the open air. Things clear out. Your driver floors it. His move is stand and shoot. So he kind of slews his spinner to the side
Mm.
and sticks the end of his umbrella out the window. He will now roll his agility and firearms.
Oh boy.
Quick question, Dave. Go ahead and roll. Has he been getting disadvantage on his mobility rolls because he's wounded?
Yes. Anytime he's had to do a mobility.
Okay, perfect.
In this case, it's not a mobility roll
Right.
because he's trying to shoot. Yes. He just has real good dice.
Yeah.
Son of a.
Thanks for looking out, James. Pray don't die.
Okay. So he's got 2 successes.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So his umbrella gun
Why is he?
does 3 damage
Oh, God.
because it's essentially like a carbine.
Oh my god.
And
I'm hurting. I'm dying. I'm.
You can
No.
stop.
I know.
that's true. You were not forced
You
to
are the one
continue.
chasing him.
I know.
As a doer of irrational things in this game, I understand you, but also you could live.
I know. There's not a
Like-
lot. There's not a lot of will to live right now.
I
Maybe
know.
there's a reason why baseline test exists.
Weird.
I would have failed. Kestrel did a
hold
rest.
on. Here we go. Now he's going to roll his critical die because he got 2 successes. A 3.
What's a 3?
Uh-oh.
A 3 is, I'm going to quickly describe it because it's one of my lines and veils. He has shot you in the eye.
Oh!
Yeah.
I did
Oh,
that.
no.
You are not dead, but you have disadvantage to firearms and observation rolls.
Ugh.
It is not lethal. You're not in trouble of dying. It hurts like a bitch. And you will take a month to recover without
Replacing.
Medical intervention.
replacement. Yes.
It's okay. I know a guy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
we literally just had
Good.
this hookup today.
So yeah, that's unfortunate for you. I'm
Eye
sorry
patch for Fjor.
I know, but it's actually kind of cool.
of that. Lady, yes, it is.
I am the city speaker here.
And I think that's a good moment. Let's take our break.
Okay.
We've been holding for a minute. So for those of you watching live, we will be back in just a couple of minutes. We're going to take a minute so we can stretch our legs and be people. And then we will be right back. If you're watching this later, it's going to be a couple of seconds. So,
Poof.
aha! We have returned, internet. Yeah.
Smoke bomb. We're back.
Yeah. Just like that. Just like that.
The audio format. You don't need to know whether there was a smoke bomb or not.
Clearly there was. There's just really good ventilation in the studio. That's Batman's curse. He can only operate in places with bad air circulation. All right.
Wind tunnels.
Mm.
Exactly. So, things have gone slightly awry in this car chase. What's your move? Are you going to continue the chase?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Mm-mm.
That is
Okay, I'll
fine.
say I'll continue to chase, but from a distance. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
He's already like shot me like at point blank range and took my eye. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'll let
Okay.
someone else take
I
some.
think you're the opposite of okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay with what I've done, what I accomplished. Or rather,
You're satiated for now.
yeah.
Um,
Eye for an
and
eye.
you did ask for them to put on APB on this vehicle.
Yep.
And did you publish why
Um.
to like your team?
Well, I didn't have time to. I had one hand on the car and one on my gun. So now I'll tell them.
Sure.
Yeah. Just explain.
All right.
He's fleeing.
Cool.
So, the spinner speeds off into the distance.
Okay.
And you were all brought up to speed. You managed to take care of your eye to the best of field medicine ability. It's not getting any worse.
Mhm.
It's not getting any better immediately. So you maintain that disadvantage on firearms and observation. If the observation has to do with visual acuity, right? Like if you're like, I'm going to smell for him. That's not effective. But,
Okay.
Gonna sniff out a clue.
right. Or like if you're in a dark room for some reason and feeling your way around, that's not a disadvantage.
Okay.
There you go.
So Gavin could still have fun in this situation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, snap.
Work and play.
Do what you love, then work a day in your life.
All right. So he speeds off. The canine officer is like, "Holy fuck, you got shot in the eye," and pulls off.
Mhm.
What's everybody's plan from here?
Well, we're not having a tea party anymore.
No, seems like we should get in the spinner and track this guy down. Does anybody want to drive while I shoot?
I think we gotta find him first.
Mm-hmm. There's a brief moment. We're going to borrow a bit from a scene from The Force Awakens where there's behind a closed door, you hear Gavin flip a table.
Sure.
Yeah, and two officers just walk, like, nope, you walk by.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did train for this.
I did. Oh, I did.
Yeah. The two extra guys that you asked to stand outside and be the muscle are like, "Nope, we're leaving now." Sure.
Do the unmarked police spinners have tracking devices on them?
They do. You
Great.
can absolutely track.
Do
where
they
he is.
by any chance have a remote kill switch? In case of just this situation where a person who should not be driving it is now driving it.
Let's roll. Let's
Okay.
see. I'm just gonna roll 2d6.
Okay,
I got a success. So sure,
cool.
they do. So you guys can ask for it to be shut down if that's what you want.
Not
Or
yet.
we do.
Yeah, because we don't want him to start running and then it's going to be
Because he
hard to
will-
find
Yeah.
him.
Get away from that. Sure, I'll drive. Let's go.
Okay. So those of you at headquarters can pile into 2 spinners
Mm-hmm.
because there's too many of you.
Okay.
Who's going with what?
I can go on my own if you want to.
Yeah, I'll drive for Kestrel.
okay.
I get the feeling you're probably a better driver than I am, so I'd rather you be Kestrel to get the shot,
Yeah.
and I could do the blocker car.
All right. You take off after this guy. What's your plan, Fjor?
I gotta go home and not home. I gotta go to headquarters, get treated, patched up.
So we'll start with you can get back to headquarters on this bit. They can get you with at least one of those temporary gauzy eye patches set up. They're not going to have like a custom made cool leather one for you yet or
I know.
anything.
All right, that's fine.
I gotta hold your brain in first.
But they can put one of those. I just walked down the street and stabbed my eye with a branch off a tree by accident.
Okay.
Wire
Kind of
mesh
eye patches.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little like
The
defensive
gauzy
shell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're good on that.
Okay.
The rest of you go chasing after the signal. You follow it to. Well, I wasn't gonna do this, but just for a finisher, it lets out over on Nightclub Row.
Oh, hell
Yes.
No.
yes.
If you don't
Oh.
think I'm planning on crashing this car into
The snake pit.
So
The Frankenstein dancer is actively dancing with the flashing light. Stop motion combat.
hmm
Oh, that would be a cool fucking scene.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get to Nightclub Row shortly after this vehicle stops there,
Okay.
right? And if you want, you can even have it so like somebody at headquarters is watching, and if the vehicle stops, they kill it
hmm
so it can't take off again.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But you get there, I mean, you're minutes behind.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
You're
Nightclub
not
Row.
like an hour, but like he hasn't disappeared into the city forever, but you're reasonably sure he's in the vicinity. You're just not like seconds behind him. You're not like finding him just
Sure.
getting out of the vehicle. So you get to Nightclub Row and you find the vehicle, and it's sort of just landed badly at like an alleyway entrance. The door is left open.
Sure.
There's a decent amount of blood kind of down the inside
Yeah.
of the door and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but you don't see any sign of it.
We don't see a trail of blood leading where he might be going.
Go ahead and do intelligence observation.
Okay.
I will help if
Please
That's an
and thank
option.
you.
Absolutely.
because I am not great at this.
I got a D10 in intelligence to give you.
Oh yeah, I'll take that D10.
Kestrel smart.
Yeah. Punchy
That's
stuff
an
makes you
8.
smart.
So
So
that is one
success.
success.
Um,
Oh, and a 6. So 2 successes. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Even better. Okay, you do manage to find a blood trail, kind of leading down the sidewalk. You lose it in places, but you catch up to it again. And you're following sort of the directionality of the drops on the ground.
Mhm.
He's not bleeding like gushes of blood.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's like there's he's probably holding an arm kind of over it.
The leg wound isn't dripping blood.
It's not
from the
leg,
dog.
it's from the dog
From the
bite.
dog.
That would seal up.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
But it's
puncture
not-
wound,
it's not
that's it.
like-
yeah.
it's not-
It's not like it tore an artery or anything.
right,
Okay,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So, there's like drip, drop, drip, and then nothing for a little ways, and then a couple of more drips, and then, yeah.
We're also on Nightclub Row, so there's
It's not the cleanest environment. It's not in a giant,
Yeah.
well-lit, white-walled room.
where there's never any blood on the ground.
Right. But you manage to come across, eventually there's a person that they look like they live on the street here.
Yeah.
Like this is their area. They've got some possessions sort of
Mhm.
set on the curb. And it looks like they've just been shoved down into the gutter.
Mhm.
And they're just sort of like sitting up again, but confused and a little pissed off, like, what the fuck kind of. And like, as you kind of run up, they're like, get that son of a bitch.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, that way.
As a frequent patron / sleeper in this area, and a person who has done a lot of looking into illegal replicant chop shops, do I have any idea of where he is going?
Whew.
Good question. Yes.
That's a real good question. Go ahead and roll empathy connections. And you can have advantage.
Cool. Thanks. That's double my empathy, right?
Yes.
Can I assist? Because I have a 12 in empathy.
Sure.
Take it.
Do I add another?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he can roll his
Yeah.
die. and-
Okay,
So I'll give you my d12.
So yeah.
we're rolling 3d12 then.
Woo,
Let's
do
That
it.
is a 12 on my die.
Nice.
And I have an 11 and a 7 and a 6, so I got 4 and you got 2. So
So 6 successes.
Wow.
I know where he's going.
We did it.
Shit. Okay. Yeah.
I see the eye.
You- Now's the
I lock
moment.
eyes with Gavin, and we see through time together.
Seriously.
So, you know that down the street a little farther, in one of those buildings where there's like main floor, businesses, then there's one of those like stairways that goes up to the second floor where probably was apartments at one point, but could be other little businesses also. You know that there's a guy that works in one of those that does no questions asked replacement parts.
Cool.
I'll say you know who it is. Maybe you've even been there.
I say I have a proposition. This is the guy that did my arm,
Sure, that's fine.
because that's on brand.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you are. That's the only logical person in this area.
Cool.
They could be. Unless he's just running,
Yeah, unless he's like going somewhere
not related to
not
getting
related to
fixed.
getting
Yeah.
fixed, but he's bleeding a lot.
So you can get to that doorway.
Yeah.
You got so many fucking successes. There's some blood that goes up the stairs.
Cool.
So it seems likely. Are you guys just charging in?
No.
Are there multiple exits to this place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
There's probably a way out the back.
And there's probably up, and there's a floor below, and he could probably just
Yeah, I mean,
Jump.
yeah.
Hulk his way through the floor.
Right.
Or there's windows.
Yeah,
Like,
lots of exits.
Mm.
so what's the plan?
Do you guys need backup?
Are you in any position to do backup?
Yes.
I don't know how long we have.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can totally
I
start
think we need to
hitting.
get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep me posted on route.
I think if there's like a fire escape or something that will lead to the I'm assuming we know where on the floor that particular
Yeah.
office
Oh, yeah.
is. Yeah.
Haru kind of gives you the idea of what part of the building it's in.
Yeah,
It's not necessarily like a fire escape. It's more like at one time there would have been like a set of stairs on the back of the building that could have gotten you up to the second floor from like a parking area, like
Mm-hmm.
that might have been used for like employees to park more than other people, kind of thing.
I think when describing where the office is, you get like a little glimpse into the investigator part of Haru's mind, because they're usually so chaotic and they don't explain anything, but actually they're like very methodical, extremely like tactical plan levels of describing where this office is, which way the door opens, like all
Sure.
the way down to the
Mm.
minutia, because that's what they remember.
I love it.
Nice.
And you absolutely, with all the successes you got, you absolutely remember the layout of this building, like the office.
Mm-hmm.
You know where the water cooler is. You can kind of lay out where there's probably 2 little surgical suites.
Mm-hmm.
Not really that
Yeah.
nice, but you know, there's 2 rooms with one of those lay down chairs in which this doctor does his grisly work. Yeah.
Do you think it's smart?
Yeah, if possible, I would like to get up to the second floor where I can look in through the windows.
Or you want to get on the outside?
Sniper position?
Well, yeah, that's the question. Sam, are you talking like in a spot where you could be high and looking down into these windows from a distance? Or like climbed up and immediately outside, so you could jump through the window if you needed to.
There's no balcony, is there?
No. I'll let,
Okay.
like, you can totally make a roll to be, like, perched on the outside of the building with your strength and training.
It's going to be hard to shoot my giant gun while being Spider-Man on the outside of the
That's
building,
true.
and I would like to shoot the giant gun.
Very good.
I would like this for you.
So you can totally take a position, like, across the street where you have a good angle to cover at least one whole half of the building.
Okay.
So you can choose whether you'd like to be out back or out front. And then we'll see.
It may make sense to have you out back, and we can try to flush him out that way. If we're coming through the front.
Yeah, or if I can get visual on the windows of where he's in there.
Sure.
I could shoot
I'll
him through
tell
the
you right
window.
now, like, you're not going to get a lot of visual into the windows.
Okay.
There are some windows, but they're got blinds or curtains
Okay.
pulled.
Tinfoil pulled over them.
Yeah. Because this
Um,
kind of doctor, you know, he doesn't want everybody. It's an unmarked business. It's not. He doesn't want everybody walking by to see, like, where's this client that came in and paid me a bunch of under the table cash to do some illegal surgeries.
Yeah.
That
fair.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Then no, I'll be in the building. She's not gonna leave you guys to breach the building unless I can get like a secure shot from outside.
Haru's planning on walking in to the office, like
Okay.
they go there.
So, do you want Kestrel set up, like, outside the back door? Then?
No, if Haru's just walking in, then I'm gonna cover them.
Okay. Okay. So, Haru and Kestrel for sure are going in the front.
I
Where
can
did Gavin go?
I can hold up in the back
Okay.
door.
Okay. Cool. And then we'll do one more thing, and then Fjor, you can get here. That's fine. Okay. So let's go to Haru going in the front door with Kestrel backup.
Yeah, Haru's whole plan is like, I've been here before. I need work. This is not the strangest thing I've ever done in my life.
Sure.
No badge out, no gun out. On them, but not out.
Okay.
And like holding to Chinyan, kind of like, they're here for business.
Okay. You open the door, and there's sort of one of those reception desks where, like, somebody sitting behind the desk isn't immediately visible. Like, you have to step up and kind of put your elbow on the counter,
Yeah.
and then you're looking down at the person sitting at the desk. You get there, the person sitting behind the desk no longer has a face. It has just been either punched in or ripped off. But they are not a person anymore. And you hear clattering and noise in the back.
Chinyan in the pocket, gun out.
Gun out.
Gun out
And
on the back.
immediately, like, fully over voice quietly to everybody else.
Mhm.
He's killed somebody. This is not for business.
Are you gonna push into the room?
I think Haru is now looking over at Kestrel like, what do we do?
Yeah.
My
Waves
plan
you
was
to the
the
side.
Riz. I don't have that situation anymore.
No, I'm gonna try to stealthily move into
Oh boy.
the building.
Oh my.
All right, let's see. So go ahead and do agility stealth.
And I'm right behind her, so I will join in
Okay.
that.
Please help.
I don't think I'm helping. I think I'm
No.
Yeah, you guys make separate rolls.
not dying.
Yeah.
And the only way I could see that Gavin could help is if you try and make a noise or
Which-
a clatter,
Yeah, that doesn't sound.
which you could do,
Good luck
but
to
I
you.
don't know if that's the best move for you.
Okay.
I don't think that's.
one.
I'd rather not raise the suspicion.
2 successes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
My dice love me today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
Well, I
stole all
Must
of
be
your
nice.
rolls.
It's okay now.
I've had plenty of vicious failures in this game.
One
Sure.
success.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
So with your one success, you are fairly quiet moving across this room. With your second success, I'll let you position yourself wherever you'd like.
I think Haru kind of tucks against a door frame, and they're so little that they're just like a little bit obscured from someone seeing them.
Sure. That's fine. With your second success, I'll even let you get a glimpse of what's going on in the room.
Cool.
You can see Noah standing there, and he's got his shirt off. And he has done some basic first aid. And he has wrapped some gauze around his leg. It looks like he's not really concerned about his leg very much. But he's got, like some gauze patches slapped on and taped.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's standing there kind of still finishing that procedure.
Oh, I have a bad idea.
Okay. I'll let you move first.
Oh. How do...
I forgot to describe something.
Yeah.
Noah does not look like mild-mannered.
No, this is who
Noah
Doc
anymore.
Badger described.
Yes.
Yeah.
He very much is kind of feral, right? Like his facial expression is snarling, and he's clearly pissed off at the fact that this has happened.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not gingerly going through the supplies to get himself all bandaged up. Like, stuff is just everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Haru looks to Kestrel
Okay.
and very quietly is like, with their hands, is like, he's in there, but something's wrong. And when they say something's wrong, they look at Kestrel with a kindness in their eyes that they usually purposefully obfuscate. That there is concern that this is a replicant that has gone too far off the deep end. And even when we were chasing Leia and all that other stuff, they were not like afraid of this, but there's something in Noah's predicament that Haru has over-identified themselves with. And they know that Kestrel has a horse in this race as well. Yeah.
Okay.
And so they're like hesitant to move forward. But they're
Gotcha.
holding their gun. They're present. They want to live. But
Okay.
a moment of conflict over whatever's going to happen next.
So that's kind of your move advantage.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll do Kestrel. You can take an action now if you want.
Yeah. So I feel like we're on either side of the door.
Sure.
Yeah. So and crouched, so not at like standing height. So I would like to lean out and shoot him.
Okay. So go ahead and make an agility firearms roll.
Okay. Let's see. Agility firearms. Okay, that's you. And let's go with you.
Come on, Kestrel. 3 for 3.
That is a 10 and a 7.
Yes.
3 successes.
All right. So how much damage does your gun that you're using do?
So I'm using the Ender Assault Rifle, which is silenced and piercing. It does 2 damage,
Okay.
and the crit die is D10.
So it does 3 damage.
Sweet.
And then you can roll the D10 for a crit.
Okay.
Wait, did you get 2? Did you get 3 successes?
Yes.
I did.
Jesus.
Crit die is a 3,
That's the
which I think is the eyeball
it's
again.
the eyeball again.
It is. Hang on. Let me double check one thing real quick.
In an episode, eye for an eye.
Mhm.
So you'll get to roll an additional critical injury.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Great.
So your D10 again.
Okay. 8.
Oh.
Oh, that's a headshot.
Yes, it is. All right. So you lean out
3 for 3.
and you go, bam, bam, just a double tap. You hit his eye first, and he immediately spins around and like has just a moment to just gutturally sort of snarl at you. And then you take your second shot, and it just blows him away, right? It just starts at the front of his forehead and creases his head open, leaving most of what made him him as part of the background. And Noah just collapses forward onto the ground. And he is dead. There's no coming back from that one.
Radios. Suspect is down.
I was hoping that was you.
You know it was.
You see his umbrella gun kind of set on the counter. Most of the umbrella part of it has been shredded by the gunfire at this point. But yeah, the situation is resolved. I was kind of hoping to get to do something, but that's the way the dice go.
They said Kestrel kills him.
Yeah.
Did you leave a
so
recorded
The
message?
dice like when I shoot stuff.
it's done.
No,
Yes.
never.
Whenever there's a tense situation with a replicant gone wrong, Kestrel's just like, it's done now.
Yeah. It's over now.
So with that, you are very certain that this was your person.
Yeah.
You have direct evidence. You have the fact that he matches the description, and you found the outfit and all of that. When you pass this information up the chain and you call for the coroner and everything, you immediately all get notice from Quell at Wallace congratulating you for finding this perpetrator. And you can see, like, in the video message from Quell, you can see that their office is back to the usual sort of stark light and shadow that you normally see.
People can leave.
You all immediately get like 75 email updates that have obviously been like batched on a server to go out, but haven't until right now.
Oh.
So it's all the daily like, we at Wallace support the Los Angeles Police Department, and you know, like just stupid little newsletter things that you're like, I don't want to read this. Why is this here? But all of that that's saved up during the time that Wallace was shut down,
Unsubscribe.
just
Unsubscribe.
gets all of it.
Unsubscribe.
There is no unsubscribe. Like there's no escape. You click it, but then like the fine print under the unsubscribe button signs you up for 2
Says
more.
you can't unsubscribe.
Like,
Oh no.
so you don't get that original email and chain anymore, but you now get 2 different ones. Yeah, you all get congratulations from the deputy chief. The forensic team that went to the apartment and started to find things in amongst the mess. You kind of find out like Noah sort of kept a little bit of a diary that they found hidden underneath furniture, where it looks like the big problem was that he got imprinted with more than one set of memories.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't catch it because only one set is ever active at the same time.
That's
And he when he went back, like that's why he was losing time. That's why when they corrected it,
Old Jekyll and Hyde.
it sort of pushed that problem under, but then it became violent,
Yeah.
right? Because it was fully conscious the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
able to observe and just relegated to watching from the back seat. When it finally found its way out, it started with being the personality that was responsible for lack of a better term, the rage kills.
Mm-hmm.
The chef, he got a meal he didn't like, and he just decided to take it out on somebody. At the club, he came on to somebody. They rejected him. He followed them to the bathroom and killed them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Did not deserve
Beautiful Ultimate Warrior.
that. Yeah.
Loved Ultimate
But then things started to merge back together at a certain point, and that led Noah to just have these homicidal tendencies for people that let him down or didn't seem to be doing the right thing according to what he thought justice should be. So it started with the judge.
Quell.
It then went to Quell because Quell was trying to cover this whole thing up and keep it quiet, and he wanted everybody to know about the judge doing not so ethical things, and that kind of stuff. Wallace keeps all of that under wraps. But from the new Quell, you all get like thank you gifts.
Aw.
So you get it's basically just a little box delivered to the LAPD headquarters with your name on each one. And each one has what looks like a credit stick, right? And it's not from Wallace Corp, it's from Quell specifically. That has just a tiny little handwritten note. And these are in little gift wrapped boxes, like actual boxes.
Okay.
With tissue paper inside.
Shit.
Wow.
And each little note is like, thank you for solving this problem. I didn't want to be next. So it's clearly a personal connection for resolving this issue. The assumption would be easy to make that New Quell was terrified that they were just as vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being new to the world, that's extra horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the first time kids find out they can get hurt, kind of a thing.
Being born because it happened.
Right. Yeah.
How much access do we have to Quell? Like we only can make appointments through that AI, that troubled AI.
Yeah.
I mean, you could call and see, like, if you wanted to just speak to Quell directly, you could attempt to do that.
Yes.
And the AI immediately puts you through. And Quell's like, oh, hello, did you get my thank you gift?
I did, and it's much appreciated. The only reason I'm calling regarding new beginnings, cheers to you. So I have one request.
Yeah, absolutely. What can I do?
And then call us even. I want you to access my file. Delete it. The replicant file. My file.
All right.
And I want to keep my job. And just live out my term.
I can understand that.
I know you know what it's like to live with fear coming into the world. And to be afraid of being taken out.
I can do that on this end. I can't affect the people that knew about it.
That's not a problem.
Okay. I'll do this for you.
You should run.
He doesn't know I know.
How many people know?
I mean, we have several staff members here that are aware of the program and how it's working. The deputy chief knows.
That's fine.
I assume the chief himself knows,
We can assume that. That's
But-
not a problem.
but other than that, I don't know who they might have shared that information with at the LAPD. But
That I can live with.
all right, I can do that. That's not difficult. Just keep doing the good job you've been doing.
Will do. Thank you. I don't say it very often.
And neither do I, so thank you. Well, I should say I don't mean it as often as I say it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, here's Tris being better, whatever we choose to be. My shot glass to
Cheers.
cheers.
If you investigate your little credit stick,
Mm-hmm.
it's got essentially it's like a spinner cruise line.
Oh, cool.
So it's like an
Big.
airship that gets up above the clouds and you can go on like a weekend holiday.
Oh, that's exactly what I
Nice.
need.
That you can
Should go after you get your eye fixed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, yeah, I need.
Sure.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just a weekend paid vacation
Nice.
kind of a thing.
Do they allow dogs?
Well, no, that's Fjor's.
That's
Oh, that's Fjord's. Okay.
Yeah, I got a cruise line.
We all got something different?
Well,
That's
I mean, if you'd like to have the cruise line, you could have that.
Hmm.
I'm a veteran. I probably never took any time off because I didn't even know what the hell I was. I just thought I was doing good work. And now
Yeah.
it's like, now that I'm not human, I want to relax like a human.
Yeah, you can actually use that PTO, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. What's anybody else doing?
I think Kestrel would call the AI and check in with them
Okay.
now that the issue has been resolved.
Is your intention to explain the whole situation to the AI?
I just want to check on them
Okay.
because they seemed upset.
Oh
You
boy.
need a friend.
For sure. Just roll an empathy. Just empathy.
Just empathy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not super great at that, but
Big heart.
oh, that's an 8 on a D8.
Nice.
Big
you
heart.
You contact Wallace and the AI answers and sees it's you and is immediately excited. And proceeds to be like, thank you for catching the person that did this. I can't tell you what it means. Like, I have managed to rewrite my security system so somebody can't fool me like that again. It was all thanks to your help. I can't tell you how much you helped me.
I'm so glad.
I know that the vice president sent you a gift. I took the liberty of changing the actual gift. If you could not tell them that I did that, I would appreciate it.
Same old AI.
But I just wanted to say thank you in a more effective way.
Of course, your secrets are safe with me.
So,
And I appreciate I haven't checked out what the gift is yet, but now I am excited to find out.
if there's anything I can never do, just call. I won't even make you do the customer satisfaction subroutine. So,
It's the best
Appreciate
gift
it.
of all.
right. Yeah. You actually have a helpful operator that immediately will help you if you call Wallace Corp into the future.
Yeah. And likewise, if you ever need anything, feel free to reach out to me. I'm glad you did.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I will keep that in mind, but hopefully something like that won't ever happen again.
For sure. Even if it's something smaller, though. Everybody needs a friend.
Oh. That's interesting. I'll have to think about that. I had never thought about needing friends. I was taught to emulate friendship, but not to be a friend.
No reason you can't learn.
I'll have to do some research. Thank you again. I appreciate it. I'm going to get to work.
All right. Me too.
And the connection disconnects, and you
I'm
get a
gonna
little
check out
Wallace.
what my gift is.
Sure. Your credit stick is essentially like a Wallace Corp American Express black card. So yeah, if you need money,
Wow.
you can just buy things.
Amazing.
Look at LA.
I mean, there's some limit. If you bought like
Sure.
a city, they would probably notice, like that something has gone wrong in the accounting department. But anything up to a certain amount, the AI is actively working to keep your expense account covered.
Incredible. I'm gonna buy so many weapons.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Like Bullet Bob is about to have his best day ever. Right?
Yep.
And that's totally the way that's set up. Okay. What's Haru doing?
Haru, after things calm down, after the initial excitement, Haru tries to get Doc Badger's stuff out of evidence. Unknown how successful it is, but they're gonna go see Doc one way or the other.
Sure. It takes a little while,
Sure.
but you're able to get his recorder back, and that's fine. If it was still an open case, no way.
But-
Even if it was a waiting trial, not
But-
for a long time. But the
He's
situation's resolved.
Yeah. And so Haru, with like the equipment under their arm, comes up and brings it, but is actually there to ask Doc about their imaging ability
Okay.
and wants to get an image of their foundational memories.
Sure.
To then take it and cash in every promotion point, every connection they've ever made at the LAPD, find the girl in their memories,
Mm-hmm.
find the tree, find everything about it, and then vanish.
Okay. It's gonna take a while for
Yeah.
Doc to get that deep and to get that clear of image. But he's willing to work with you.
Yeah.
Right. It's probably like one of those things where you just come in and have like a weekly couple hour session
Mm-hmm.
as he processes stuff, and you get like reams of data, right? Like every little weird connection your brain has made, he starts to map out for you, sort of following things along. When he finally, weeks later, when he finally gets to the point where he pulls the imagery, it's even more confusing than you consciously remember, because it shows sort of a combination of like time lapse, like when you see those videos that are taken from a series of images as like a plant grows.
Mm-hmm. And it goes from like the dirt to a flower.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. And he's like, I don't even know what this means. Like, it's almost like it's losing frames from your memory. And
I mean,
I've never seen something like this before.
Something's not wired right up there. That doesn't surprise
Um,
me.
But you do get your first sort of clear image of the girl.
Mhm.
And it's probably even more haunting than you knew in your mind, because the girl looks like a combination of you and other people. But clearly there's like some feature connections that strike you as when you look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that means, right? It's clearly you're a replicant.
Yeah.
Clearly this is an implanted memory. But what the, yeah. So when Doc gets the image, he's probably like, "Oh, you had like a child memory. So, here, and hands it to you." And he's pretty much like, that's as deep as I can go. Anything beyond that is like motor function and autonomous reflex and stuff, which wouldn't be good for me to go messing
No.
with.
That's fine. Thanks.
You got it. Thank you.
I'll see you.
You know where to find me most of the time. And when I'm not here, you know where to find me anyway.
It's true.
And he probably is like, I moved to a different apartment.
That makes sense.
Same floor down the hall. Yeah. It would be not a life's work, but it would be an extended amount of work to continue to track down
Yeah.
these images.
I mean, basically, they're going to fly under the radar,
Mhm.
do their work, but mine the Esper wall.
Yeah.
Until there's no information left to be had. And the moment that they get an answer, it's easy. The Nexus 9 unit known as Haru doesn't exist, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Quell's gift.
Mm-hmm.
When you take it out and you access it with your KIA, it's a little video message from Quell that says, "I wasn't trying to spy, but Mr. Wallace said that you took a great liking to the plants at the concert the other night." Which you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, this is weird.
But,
God noticed me?
and almost like it's a conversation, but this is a pre-recorded video. He sees everything. If he's in a room, you can't be unnoticed. So I thought you'd enjoy. And it comes up with like essentially like an Apple Wallet card that's a membership card to the Arboretum.
Nice.
Yes.
Uh,
Trees for Haru.
yes.
Real trees, yeah.
Okay. And
Sweet.
then Gavin.
Yeah. I would love to know what my gift from Quell is.
Well, is there anything else you're going to do before we get there?
Knowing what it is may affect how I do.
Okay. Okay. You open the box and you hold your stick up to your KIA.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just an audio message. It's not even video. And Quell says, "Don't worry.
It's a bomb.
I took the liberty of analyzing what you left in my office. and you're not going to have to worry about anyone else finding anything to do with your records. Also, your friend in software is doing just fine. I made sure to take care of him as well. But enjoy your life as a police officer.
I'm very glad I found that out. This is going to go a completely different direction.
Okay.
No, I don't know what to do. I had a whole other ending in my head. But I love this.
I have one more thing to add if you want to think for a second.
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
While Haru is doing their very normal, extremely meticulous memory extraction and scouring of the entire LAPD database, every weekend they take Isabel to the Arboretum.
And what's even more shocking is every weekend you go and the place is different. Like, plants move, right? Things, it doesn't look like they're transplanting them, but it almost looks like the ground around these things is in like a modular container that they can move around to provide like a whole different walk every time you go. So what you know, the way when you visit a place a lot, like you go to a park a lot,
Yeah.
you get the familiar, like, this is the way I walk every time, and I know where these trees are, and I know what this stuff. Every time it's new. And some things that you don't remember seeing at all appear, and other things fade away and then are replaced with something else. And you know, one week you walk in and there's a huge koi pond and there's turtles and various waterfowl around it, and the next week it's like the primordial forest of Big Sur. And it just seems to be this rotating, like, I don't know if they're loading these plants in their modular planters onto like elevators and taking them down into grow rooms or
Wicked.
what. But yeah.
That's very
Okay. We're gonna cut to a scene at Gavin's apartment, and it's Gavin and Argent.
Okay.
And if you, having seen Gavin through the entire series, he seems completely different. It's the guard that he's put up, this facade that he's put up is let down, and he's finally able to kind of let that down. And he's more relaxed, and he's comfortable, and talking to Argent not as scheming, but as just hanging out and being people. And they're drinking, and he holds up a glass and tells Argent to tying up loose ends and to Wyatt Hunter. And they drink, and then he kind of casually looks out the window and sees what he imagines is a ship heading off to one of the Paradise Colonies, which is still his end goal, but now it's a little closer.
All right. And with that, thank you out there on the internet for joining us for our Blade Runner story. We will not be back next week. At some point, there might be a season 2. Who knows? I love Blade Runner, and there's way more weird stories we could tell.
Yeah, I can keep going.
So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. If you want to catch up or rewatch old episodes, you can see them at happyjacks.org/burningbright or happyjacks.org/shows if you forget the more specific version. It's not confirmed.
Okay, James, calm down.
Just take a minute, man.
Also, while we're breaking, Dave had these made for us, and they're
So
amazing.
cool.
Oh, cool.
As is my tradition when I run a game here at Happy Jacks, I like to get a little something for the players at the end of a campaign. So won't be back next Tuesday, but keep yourself in the know. Join the Discord if you haven't already. There is some season 2 news coming that isn't public knowledge yet. I can't let it out of the bag, but you can think about it. If it's not Burning Bright season 2, it might be something else season 2.
I want to know what it is now.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's a mystery to me, viewers.
Yeah.
Fjor never found his key relationships. Hopefully he, but
Yeah.
yeah,
There you go.
They're still out there.
Yeah.
Hope is out there. Right?
hope is out there. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks again. This has been an honor and a privilege to tell this story with these awesome people. Once again, I have been CADave. I will be CADave again when I appear here again in the future. Or I have a weird mix of people that watch me when I stream Stupid Dave the Diver game that know me as Dave or CADave. I don't know. Either one. I answer to both. It's fine. So you can see me there usually Monday nights. There's been a little bit of a crop up because my son got on an esports team at his school. So sometimes they do tournaments on Mondays,
Nice.
which makes it difficult for me to stream when I have to go pick him up. But it might be I find a different day. Things will shift around. We'll see. But I'll keep everybody up to date and make some posts on the internet about it. And then, yeah, I don't know exactly when I'll be back here, but it'll be soon. It won't be too long.
Can't keep him away.
Hey, I am Joey. I have been Gavin Huxley, the fixer who is still not a replicant. And
And shan't be.
shan't be. You can't prove it.
Who is no longer known in any database as a replicant.
I win. No, you
That
can
is
find me
funny.
on all the socials at Feywild85, FEYWILDE85. Currently, I am getting ready to start a stream game with Emporium the Wayward Gamer, I think is what it's called. It's yes, I think that's correct. And we are doing a Fantasy Flight Star Wars campaign, which is amazing and super fun. I can't wait to start that. We start that the first Saturday of February, and it'll be once a month, every first Saturday of the month. We'll be, if you are Orange County local and want to check out Hamlet Drink Spear, we'll be starting that up again in the Tuesdays of February at Craftsman Pizzeria in Fullerton. And fair is coming up, and
God.
hopefully more performance opportunities of a musical theater variety, which is great. And I think that's everything. It's going to be a very busy couple months, and I'm very excited.
Ah.
That's very cool. Very cool. And thank you. My name is Cousteau. I played Fjor Rotari, and it has been a pleasure playing with these magnificent, wonderful people. Hopefully, for not the last time.
Now.
You too, Sam, out there.
Cyber Sam.
What do you mean? I'm right there with you guys.
Yeah, you're right there.
You can see me.
I know you're right there.
Slightly invisible.
How do you do
Only slightly invisible.
You can see me if I hold very still.
Had so much fun, and you can find me on the socials, Twitter, X, Instagram, and I'm usually posting about some of the projects I'm working on to increase representation and inclusion in gaming, but also I am a newbie DM. I am finally
welcome.
writing. Yeah, thank you. I've written one shots, but this is a 1 through 20 level campaign just for a bunch of high schoolers. So that's why I was saying they're probably not watching this channel, but they could be, but they should be doing their homework. They are. If you are, I will see you at school and tell your parents. But no, it's supposed to be like the best of D&D. So I will be chronicling that on Twitter, asking for advice because building encounters is bullshit.
It's
Anyway.
hard. As the person in the middle of it right now. Yes.
Yeah,
Stupid.
see?
That's
Like-
the reason I don't DM, is because I hate building
Yeah,
encounters.
thank you. Help. But anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. It's been a pleasure.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kai. I've been Haru, a fake Nexus 9 model. Being normal the whole time. Never did anything strange. God, this has been so fun. Gosh, you can find me everywhere as Estella Vin Ladris. And on Saturdays, you can find me playing a very sad, very, very sad gay purple cowboy on Transplanter RPG, the Chaos Protocol, which is an all transgender, people of color led game set in a non-colonial, anti-orientalist multiverse. There we go. I did it.
That's a lot.
We just started our second arc. We do the show in a series of arcs. Every arc, we play in a new system because we are plane travelers. And we just arrived in our new plane when we were playing City of Mist. It is very fun.
What's your myth?
We went a little experimental. My character has a lot of like the ghost cowboy archetype, so we just went full ghost cowboy.
Okay.
He's also not a magic man, so he has one theme when he shouldn't. Decisions were made in character generation. Anyways, yeah, having a lot of fun with City of Mist. So we just started that. And then I have a bunch of other projects in the pipeline announced today. I can finally talk about. I was the cultural consultant for Darrington Press's second edition of For the Queen, which was just announced today. I had a lot of fun working with them on specifically developing. They made 25, and I helped develop some of the 25 queens as like story generator ideas. Cool. It's going to be such a beautiful game when it comes out. And oh gosh, I have a bunch of other projects that are unannounced on the horizon. So I have more things coming. So watch this space and others. But it was such a joy to play in this game. I love Bladerunner. Thanks so much, Dave. This was super, super fun.
Thank you, Dave.
Yes.
It was fun.
Sam!
All right, Sam.
That's me.
Bring it
Hello,
home.
everybody. I'm Sam. I have been Kestrel, your friendly neighborhood one-person special ops unit and befriender of AI. I will be back here on Happy Jacks sometime in the near future for an as-yet unannounced project. So come back if you like seeing my weird shenanigans. Until then, I do have one thing to promote. My very good friend, who is definitely not me under a pseudonym, wrote a book. It is a monster romance. It is not for children. If you like haunted houses, demons, small town, magic, lots of romance, and some spicy times, go check it out. It is called Shadow's Light, available on the
Put your face there.
Amazon. Oh, there we go. And
You got
the
it.
author's name is Sylvie Hellstaff. I'll put it in the chat also so you guys can check it out. But ebook and paperbacks are now available. That's all I got.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
And with that, this is me signing off. See you in the future, in a different universe.
Or if you're podcasting right now.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's true. You could just flip to the next project I'm on eventually,
Yeah.
but who knows? That's
Well,
wild.
kind of hard to see him in a podcast.
Time
Hey.
travel.
Joey, no, you have to end the podcast now. You have to stop. I have to leave.
Oh, crikey. I got all wrapped up in the warm, fuzzy feelings at the end of the game. Thank you so much, James, in the chat.
Oh,
As
we love
always, for being
James.
Love
the
you.
superhero that keeps things safe and awesome. Thank you also to all of the Patreon folks that keep the lights on here in the studio and keep a mini fridge over here with us to have some beverages and get through games so we're not parched and sad. The next place I will probably be publicly appearing involved with RPGs next month, Strategicon. I think it's called OrcCon in February.
Oh, really? Sweet.
At the LAX Hilton. If you're in town or want to be in town, I can't recommend it highly enough. There's just a bunch of fun there. You'll see a bunch of Happy Jacks folks there. I get to finally play in the pirate game that a friend of mine has been writing for years and promised. So I'm very excited about that because his association with me is when I play in his games, he just tries to get out of the way because he knows I'm going to do some stupid shit
Boy.
and make it a disaster on wheels, which will be delightful. And then at the con, I will be running the Electric State Alpha for the next Free League game that is based on the art of Simon Stalenhag that did the Tales from the Loop art and stuff. This one is about road tripping through post-apocalyptic California with like drones and VR and cool weirdness. I'm very excited about. And then I will also, in the Games on Demand section, be running sort of Alpha 2 playtest for my Tales from the Loop, but Tales from the Retirement Home. Yeah, where you don't get to,
Great.
you don't play kids, you play retirees.
Oh,
I
In
love
a
that.
sort of
Amazing.
universe that never was.
oh,
Fat
wow.
Elvis game.
I got
So-
to live my best Blanche Devereaux fantasy.
Okay.
It was
Oh, you've
all
told
I
me
needed.
about
Yes.
this. Yes.
Yeah. So I will be running that with some improvements and fixes, and slowly marching towards getting it into an actual usable thing for other people that don't have all the rest of the shit in my brain. So, good night, good luck. We'll see you next time.